and someone stole all of them.
No. No way.
Yeah, so they didn't even take the flat screen. I was like, take the TV. You could have took the TV, the computer, but you took the anime figures.
If you could trade up half your bunny figures, 1 scale life size of Ryuko and Asuna.
Do I get to pick off which ones I get to choose, or is it just like you're just taking half? Like half of them are just Thanos snapped out of here.
Thanos snapped out 50%.
Okay. Oh. What I was thinking of.
Oh, the Ryomu's. This one.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I was like the eye patch. Okay.
The eye patch. But this is like slightly out of character. I don't remember her being that big.
It's the bunny suit. It enhances, you know.
It does.
And I was like, oh, don't let this ruin my vacation. And then, thankfully, I got it back. But as soon as I got it back, I had my channel for a day, and then my channel got permanent ban. And I was like, are you kidding me?
Okay, wait to say it to me, bro.
He boiled her?
He boiled her. That's what he literally said. He broiled her, then he tore the tights, and then he decided he'd love her again, but he already broke her, so he was selling her. And like, not only, that's a fantastic story, bro, but you're trying to sell this thing, are you not?
Broke her like she broke my heart.
In this episode of the Miyazaki Man Podcast with my bunny brother DigitalNex, we talk freeing bunnies, our top 5 bunnies head to head, our growing anime figure collection, the industry, his trip to Japan, Sniper Wolf, and more. Join us, you don't want to miss it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Miyazaki Man Podcast. I'm absolutely delighted today to be joined by DigitalNex. How are you doing, my man?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm glad to be here.
Excellent. The king of the mukbang, the reactions, the most cultured man I've ever seen.
Oh, very.
Very good. And you are probably the only person who understands what it's really like to own that bunny farm, you know, to see them breeding, to see them growing, to see...
You know, I used to think, when I was first starting out and I would see people post, I wouldn't believe them when they said they would multiply like actual bunnies, but no, they do. They take over. They've pretty much taken over my whole office.
Yeah, no, I can completely relate to that. Like, just before this show, actually, I had to go to 4 different storage units, including my in-laws' house, to grab some of the freeing bunnies. I mean, I even grabbed this shirt just for you. Bunny mode is switched on for today.
Yes, no, that's clean. I like that.
Good stuff. But before we get onto the bunny collection, so how did you get into the kind of anime figure kind of hobby? Was it always like an inkling for you to start collecting, or was there something trigger that?
Well, it first happened, I think, back in 2017. I went to Anime Expo in LA. Sure. And I was like, you know what? I really want to start collecting anime figures. So I bought a bunch there. We came home and the car was stuffed. Yeah. And I had Nendoroids. I had a bunch of Madoka Magica because I love Madoka Magica.
Oh, yes.
And I had my Detolfs and I set them all up, and I was like, oh, this looks amazing. You know, I don't know why, but I think just having that collection, you can tell when someone's really proud of their collection just by the way that, you know, I just really loved the way it looked displayed, and it was like something I was super proud of. And then about a year later, when we were moving into our first house, I had put them in like a storage unit that they set outside of your house, and someone stole all of them.
No way.
Yeah, someone stole. They didn't even take the flat screen. I was like, take the TV. You could have took the TV, the computer, but you took the anime figures. The one thing, you didn't even steal anything else. It was just the anime figures. And after that, I stopped. I was like, I'm never collecting again. I'm over it. I'm done.
Heartbroken.
It like totally broke. Yeah, it actually broke my heart. I was like, this is like just so like, I don't know. It was really heartbreaking. Yeah. And then in 2019, when we went to Japan, my friend Sniper actually bought me my first bunny.
Oh.
I love Kill la Kill. Ryuko's one of my top waifus, and she bought me Ryuko's bunny.
The black one. The black suit one.
Yeah, her original suit one.
Sniper, you legend.
And I was like, I looked at it and I was like, this is really nice. I kind of like this a lot. And so I bought a few more figures, and I'm gonna tell you straight. Some people don't like. I do not save the boxes at all. If I am moving, they are gonna be bubble wrapped. Just so cautious. Just wrap them. I don't care if I have to use a whole roll on them, but they
wrap and tape.
I won't save the boxes at all. And I had Ryuko, and then I got 0-2, and I was like,
okay,
they look nice together.
They do, yeah.
And YouTube was going pretty good. I'm like, okay, let's buy a few more. And then I bought a few more, and I'm like, okay, I really like this. And then I got into My Figure Collection, the website.
Yeah.
And I saw someone had like 30 of them. I'm like, I want to do that. Yeah. I want to beat that. I was like, I want to beat that person. I want to like have them because that looks so amazing. It looks awesome. And I couldn't stop. It was really my strange addiction. I should have been on TLC. How ham I was going with buying these bunnies.
I know. And so 2019 then. So you've got onto it when the price curve is on a massive upward scale. Because I'd say prior to that, people were like, there's still bunnies available. There's, they're still literally expensive for the time, but affordable. Right. But now, 2019 to 2023, going straight up.
Hasn't stopped.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people are saying freeing are taking the piss, but if people are still buying them, the demand is still there, and they're trending out. Yeah,
you can blame me for that. People are complaining about the prices, but what? I'm complaining, but I'm still handing them money to get them. I'm like, I hate what you guys are doing, but go ahead and give me that bunny though.
Yeah, no, you got to get that bunny in your collection, especially when there's the one that you really want, because now. I say between me and you, rather than the price of the figure, it's the price of regret. If you don't buy it, it's gone and it's no longer available. How much that you're like, I would have paid $700 for that, man. I wanted that bunny. That's the real price.
I know. That's why I'm so scared now. It's like now I pretty much pre-order whatever bunny comes on. I'm like, I have to suit. Like I'm running out of space now. Like it wasn't a problem before, but now I'm like, okay, I have to really like this one. I have to really like the design in order for me to pre-order it. And then when it comes out, and if I haven't pre-ordered it, I'm like, oh, come on, do I do it?
It's true.
It's hard.
I feel your pain. Because now that we're experienced collectors, I'm sure a lot of this will relate to you. So it's the cost of pre-ordering it to guarantee you get it in-house against the aftermarket price, does it drop down in price? Is it in demand? How valuable will it be in the future? And I'm guessing, especially like me, right? I don't intend to sell my favorite bunnies. I don't care how much it goes up in aftermarket. I'm not going to sell them. They're my babies, right? My goodies. So it's really kind of decision. If I don't get it now, will I be able to get it in the future? But also the consideration of space, because these things 1/4 scale, they're not small.
No, there's some hefty girls. They do take a lot of space. I'm like you. I don't plan on selling mine either. Bury me with them,
Yeah. You can have like your own little shrine surrounded, and I said, fake candle lit LED candles around the bunny girls. Oh, that's the dream, and that a man of culture lays here for eternal rest with his bunny waifus.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Good stuff. I'm going to pose some difficult questions to you. So,
okay, go for it.
If you had a choice to trade off half your bunny collection, because I know you like your Asuna and you like your Ryoko, right? About 3 from Kill la Kill. If you could trade off half your bunny figures for a lifestyle scale, most delicate, beautiful, 1/1 scale life size of Ryuko and Asuna.
Do I get to pick off which ones I get to choose, or is it just like you're just taking half? Like half of them are just Thanos snapped out of here.
Thanos snapped out, 50%.
Okay.
Life size. You get to design how they look.
And I get to I'd have to say bye to half of my bunnies. I love them so much, but I think that's like the ultimate end goal is to have like a legit like 1/1 scale like figure at the house.
The real waifu. You have at the back of every single video. You're like, hello Asuna. Hello Ryuko.
I would. The closest I have right now is that 1/1 bust of Rem from SSNex, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one. And you have some cutouts as well, isn't it? You have some of those big scale cutouts.
Yeah, those are actually from the V show. At Anime Expo, there was a V Shoujo after party.
Ah.
And I went there and I actually met the creator of V Shoujo, and he's a really nice guy.
Sweet.
And we were friends with one of the people who hosted the party, and I asked him, I'm like, hey, out of curiosity, can I take these cutouts just, you know, just for fun?
Yeah.
And he was like, go for it. And he was like, just take them. And he was like, I'm pretty sure some other people are going to take them. I went and I grabbed whatever I could. And, yeah, because I think, Garnt from Trash, his wife was there, and I think she was trying to take one too. So I beat her to it, and I was like, all right, I'm taking them.
Never moved so fast in your life.
Yeah,
like,
oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, I'm so jealous because like I saw some kakegurui like nice cutouts on Mercari, but they're going for like $600-$700. They're not cheap.
God.
Yeah.
That's expensive.
Someone's raking in, you know, they are hard, right? But they're huge. And
right.
So yeah, I can absolutely have the jealousy pouring out my mouth of cutouts. They are a nice display piece. One day I'll get one.
Oh yeah, I would definitely try to go grab one if I could.
Yeah, for sure. In terms of kind of bunny figures that don't exist yet, what are the top ones you're anticipating in the future? What are the top 3 that you'd like, the waifu that does not exist in bunny form yet?
I definitely want an Asuna one.
Yeah, for sure.
I know she's getting that Baikyu one, but I want one from Freen. She has her normal form in Freen, but I want her. Satsuki, definitely Satsuki. I am so surprised that they haven't done it yet.
It's crazy. The demand is out of this world. She's so popular.
Yeah, I don't understand. It's like everyone's actually, it's like a whole unison thing that everyone is asking, why hasn't Satsuki been made? You know? And it's like, people would literally throw money at Freen, but they're like, okay, they're okay for right now.
Yeah. Reskins, recolors.
Yeah, I think they're saving that. They're saving it for when they really need it.
A rainy day, you know? For a rainy day.
Yeah. What else? I love the quintessential quintuplets.
Okay.
If all 5 of them came out in a whole set, I would spend whatever money they wanted on it.
Yeah. Drop the cash bomb straight away.
Yeah. I would have to. Yeah, those would be my top ones.
That's a good call. That's a good call for sure. I guess though, if the quintessential quintuplets came out, they would be really expensive. Because did you see the price of those Shibuya Scramble, that set for them?
Yes, I have one of their sets so far. I really like the traditional wedding where it's like the white, and red.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, and I think they're standing on a bridge. Yeah. So I have that one. I have most of those ones pre-ordered, but yeah, their other ones are expensive because you got to get all 5 of them.
That's right. You can't just buy one. If you buy one, you get all 5. You end up with all 5 no matter what. Yeah. True that. I guess one of the ones for me is you know Fairy Tail Juvia.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me. I remember, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
She would be a good one too. I'm surprised.
Yeah, she's like so popular. Urza, Lucy, Juvia.
Yeah.
She's missing.
I'm surprised. She would be a good one.
She would be really nice one. Yeah, she's actually quite she was tsundere, isn't it? A little bit cold enemy at the start, and then warmed up to kind of grey and became all waifu and lovey-dovey. But she's still really strong. So yeah. One of my top waifus. We should properly do like a waifu ep as well one day.
Oh, I know. Oh, that's what we were talking about. I think you were telling me about Juvia. We were talking about why doesn't Esdeath have one?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, you know, one day, a man can hope. But I guess this is where it leads on to nicely into for the freeing figures that you do buy, the ones that do exist. What influences the decisions? Is it all about the character themselves? Do they have to have a pretty face? Does it have to be a dynamic pose? What are the influencing decisions as to, okay, instant order, or I'll think about it?
To be honest, Freen ain't the most creative with their dynamic poses. I think it has to be the looks or something, I guess. You know, I will pre-order. It doesn't matter if I haven't played the game or seen the show. I will still, like, I have the Neptunia girls.
Okay, yes.
Because they look nice.
Same as.
I don't know. One of them, I'll just literally buy it just to complete a set.
Sure.
But I think it's a lot of the looks and stuff. You know, I think the bunnies just all look good when they're in a big group together.
You're right. The bunnies, as a theme and as an ensemble, when you put them together, and you have a lot of display choices as well, because some are kind of crawling, some are sitting, some are standing, some quite dynamic. So you have a lot of choices, right? If you put them together, yeah, makes sense to me. Of your Neptunia girls, because I have them as well. That particular line, I heard there was a lot of quality control variances between the girls. How did yours turn out? Your 4?
Mine turned out perfectly fine. You know, I think I've been truly blessed and never had like any quality control issue on any of my bunnies. I knock on wood that it doesn't. But it's like I haven't had any problem with any of my bunnies so far, and I bought a lot from used and stuff.
Same as yeah. Actually, that's a really good point, because some of the really quality bunnies, like the rare, the holy grails, right? You're only going to be able to find them used nowadays, right? So if you want it, when it does appear on Mercari or Yahoo auctions, you just got to do it, right? You got to take the plunge, even if it's
you just got to bite the bullet and just
it's true. And of those Neptunia girls, I have with me Purple Heart here. The other 3 are definitely in one of the storage areas, so I'm just hoping that they haven't deteriorated, because you've seen my office. I've given you a quick preview before.
Oh man. I salute you for keeping your boxes. I couldn't even imagine I would actually have to buy a whole storage unit and just.
That's an inside secret though. I'm actually the same as you, right? I know we chatted about this a little bit offline. I don't keep any boxes. The only boxes that are here are the ones I haven't opened yet.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's a lot. You know what? I can't lie. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 4 bunny girls that are in their boxes, and they're literally under the legs of a table, so that way my table's higher for me to my height level. But I don't know. I love opening them, but right now it's weird. I love seeing the boxes that have figures in them, because I'm like, I got so much to open up, but I'm not going to open them up.
Yeah, I hear you. So the boxes take way too much space, and I'm going to keep them anyway, right? So I've lost count by now. This is like really taboo. I must have at least 28 bunnies that I haven't opened yet. And of those 28, I'm not even sure what some of them are. I can't remember what I bought. It's been a while.
Where's your speaking of 28, how many bunnies do you think you have total?
This is a question. Let's put it to the audience, right, in the comments below. Who has the bigger bunny farm? DigitalNex or the Miyazaki Man? What's your take? What's your thoughts? Initial thoughts?
I don't know. I think you've probably been collecting them a little bit longer than I have, but oh man.
But yours is red.
I kind of speed runned it a little bit though. I'm gonna go ahead. As much as I would love to say I think I do, but I think you probably do.
So that's the thing. I've seen I haven't counted. I've seen an overall picture of your setup, and that is a substantial quantity. That is a quality collection. And when I was thinking back, who really has more bunnies, right? I know the ones that I can see, right, which is in my main apartment now and this office. But all the ones in the storage unit, I completely forgot about. I can't remember what I've got in there, including ones that I've opened up before. So I am leaning your way by. +5, maybe around +5, probably not more than 10, but it's similar.
I have mine counted out. I know how many. I have a good number. I think I know how many I have.
Here is a decisive question. How many binding bunnies have you gone into so far?
Oh, I just got into that. As I look over, I probably have like 6 or 8. Maybe.
Okay. Yep.
The 2 that I recently got, well, they're not really bunnies. The Bastet and Anubis.
Oh yeah. I know. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just got them, and they were really nice. I was like, oh man, I have to get these.
They are beautiful. They're really, really well detailed as well. Those.
Oh yeah, no, binding really knocks it out of the park when they do their figures. They pay like so much attention to detail.
And that's something that's really interesting, by the way. You know, Binding own Freeing, right? They're the same entity.
Yeah, it's the adult. It's a adult branch of Freeing, right?
Exactly. So as a percentage, right, because not everyone can collect mature stuff, not safe for work stuff. As a percentage, majority buy freeing. So why do they not put that extra detail into the freeing side of it, where the mass consumers are? Maybe charge us even a slightly higher price, because that's the majority of their sales, isn't it?
That's a good point. I don't know. That's really what, like, you would think. I mean, don't get me wrong, the freeing bunnies do have good details and stuff like that, but I feel like they go extra hard on their binding ones.
Yeah. It's always been a conundrum for me. Did you go in your trip to Japan to the Ami store?
Yes, we were staying in Asukasa.
Okay, beautiful place.
So we were like literally one stop away from Akihabara, and I pretty much walked all over the place to every store and just looked at everything and see what I could find.
Of course. They got that aisle of binding figures on display.
Yeah, I was like, oh, these look nice. I pretty much have most of these pre-ordered, but they look nice.
Sweet, man. And that's the kind of thing, right? Like, this is why you have got to come to Miyazaki and somewhere in Kyushu as well, because in Akihabara, obviously, is the hub for kind of weeb goods, geeky goods, anime figures, etc. To find the real treasures, you got to scalp early and get there early because they're gone by the time you arrive there. Whereas more rural areas where the cost of living is cheaper and people haven't got as much disposable income, quality stuff are still on the shelves in your manga sokos, in your second streets, in your whatever, and at decent prices as well. Like, I'm going to show you one here. Do you have this one from High School DxD? The
Keno?
Yeah, Keno. Yeah.
No, I've been waiting. She's pretty pricey.
She is very, very pricey. I found this 21,000 yen.
Really?
Boxed in the local manga soko, and the reason she was so cheap,
no way.
This hairpiece, which is really big and really heavy, by the way, was detached. So all I had to do was glue it back in. And I said, "Is there anything else wrong?" No, completely perfect, no imperfections whatsoever. Cheap as chips.
That's insane.
Yeah.
You know, and what I learned, like when I was like early into figure collecting, Japanese used figures are extremely well taken care of.
You're right.
In my honest opinion, I honestly think when someone from Japan buys an anime figure, they take it out of the box, look at it, say how lovely it is, put it back in the box, and then it goes back, and that's what's considered used.
Yeah,
like it's insane how well taken care of they are.
Yes,
like, they're pretty much new.
You're completely right. And my favorite category of figure to buy, right, is when I read the description, especially on Surugaya, which is my favorite shop. It says figure is in a used condition, box is damaged, box is broken, right? and when it says box broken, they're slashing off like 20%, 30% of the price. I'm like, but the figure's okay. Oh yeah, the figure's great, and the box is broken. Yeah. Okay, put it in a shopping basket. Let's go.
I'm about to break the box even more. I don't care. Yeah, I'll take
it. Yeah, exactly. That's my dream scenario for all figures. Do you collect any other merch apart from the figures themselves? I know you're into kind of prints. We talked about the cutouts already. What other merch?
Yes, I actually have here. Surprisingly, when I was in Japan, didn't buy any figures. But what I did buy was I saw it in someone's collection one time, and I thought that looks so nice. I want to do it too. Is the white shores with the signatures on them?
Yes.
So basically, beautiful. I went and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and buy some from my favorite bunnies of their voice actresses signing the cards, and yeah, I do that. So I usually have them displayed with their card.
That is a great idea. I've seen some people do that with resin statues as well. They collect some of the stuff, isn't it? Yeah.
So I was like, you know, this is a really cool thing, and like, I know in Akihabara they had a lot of the White Shores ones already signed, and those are pretty pricey too. I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to. I think my most pricey one is a Marin from Dress Up Darling.
Yes, my Dress Up Darling.
Hers was like 48,000 yen.
Can be pricey,
I believe. So
yeah, but it's a treasure though, because you know she is also top waifu, right? You know she
she has. I have her card saved whenever her bunny's gonna be made. It has
exactly.
to.
there we go, right? She's taken out a display piece right on the door there. This is something that some people who watch my channel already know, right? I'm basically the War Scroll Warlord. I have War Scroll coming out of my ass right now. It could literally be between 500 to 1,000 War Scrolls, literally just in this office itself. And I don't know how many more in other places. Once again, I don't know everything I've got here, but we will go to this near the end of the show. As a thank you to all my guests, I have handpicked a nice little selection of ones that I think a man of your culture would definitely appreciate. So you can choose the one as a thank you appearance.
Oh, that's awesome!
Some of my treasures in there, by the way, but no, very, very happy to do it. Okay, so this was the part that I was really excited about of finding out. We're going with the top 5 bunnies in our collection at the moment, and I have with me, in and around me, I've taken 10 just because I'm making a final choice between 1 or 2 decisions. So I'm going to let you start off before I get to my one. Number 5, which bunny is in the 5th position?
Number 5, which one's in the 5th position? Okay, this one. This is going to be hard to move. All right. Okay, I cheated a little bit. All right. Yeah. This one. This counts as 1. I count this as 1. Okay, they're on the same base. I really love the. I always forget the artist's name, but I love their art style.
Sure.
And I don't know, they did such an amazing job with Mamako and Chio.
Yeah.
And I was so happy when they got announced and that they were both gonna be like. I think someone leaked a photo that they were both on the same base.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, yes, that looks amazing.
It does, doesn't it? I know. They've put the design considerations as well to make sure that they do look epic together. So that's
no, they captured their characters really well.
Yeah. Agreed. What particularly about those two puts them in that top 5, but not 1 or 2 ranks higher?
I think it's just like I love the character. I think the number 1 spot holds like a sentimental value and and stuff like that, and like the other reasons I got the other ones.
Yeah, no, it completely makes sense to me. Okay, in that case, you've made the perfect word for that. So sentimental value is the reason why it's not a particularly rare one, and it's not a particularly expensive one. But my Tessa from Full Metal Panic is in number 5. I love her little aesthetic, little cute. Have you seen Full Metal Panic?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so it's a really popular novel, and it's about this army guy who gets thrust into a high school to kind of protect the girls who have some kind of special ability, and he's known nothing else except army life, so he's like super serious, and they're always poking him, teasing him. He doesn't know what's going on. Like when a teacher's scolding someone, he like throws a bomb at her and other stuff, you know, that kind of really wacky stuff.
All right.
Total waifu. Some of this series got me through university as well in the kind of downtimes. It's so hilarious, so fun. She is one of the most popular girls. The other girl, actually, Kaname Chidori, green-haired one. I'm surprised she doesn't have a bunny as well, but sentimental value. And I put her in number 5 because do you have any dakimakulas? Any anime pillows?
I have 1. I've wanted to get more, but I have 1.
Okay, you want to share?
Actually, that's a lie. I have 2, but one's my wife's, but the other one's mine.
Okay. Who are they, by the way? Was that a
my wife's, hers is Inuyasha.
Oh yeah, classic.
Oh, that's her favorite anime. And then mine's is actually Ryuko.
Okay.
I got it someone got it for me for Christmas and had it ever since. So.
I do have a Ryuko one, but it's slightly different. It's been shrink wrapped and air compressed, so it's kind of squished at the moment. And when I open it, it's going to expand and be massive. But I haven't opened it yet because I'm going to do a Dakimakura special. And one of the reasons I chose Tessa is because I justify to myself, if you have a Dakimakura of the figure, they're probably one of your favorite waifus, and I have a huge Dakimakura of Tessa.
Yeah. No, that's I completely understand that.
Number 5. Yep, I've put her in at. Number 5. Oh, Inuyasha, by the way. Does your missus know the songs, the different kind of music in and around the series? Are really kind of beautiful classical music. Yeah, there's a music box which I'll dig out in a bit. Has my favourite song from Inuyasha. That or evokes the feels. Every single time you listen to that, you get emotional.
No, it's her comfort anime. So kind of like how Sword Art on. Unfortunately, people are gonna probably hate on me. Sword Art Online is my comfort anime. It is something that I can put on,
Pick up. Yeah.
and just like watch wherever. Like I always watch it over and over again. She does the same thing with Inuyasha. She'll start like once she finishes it, start it over again.
Of course. I can go there as well. Inuyasha and Sword Art Online, they're comfort animes for me as well. You can put them on any time, any episode, and you still enjoy it.
Right.
They're nice. Number 4. What is in the 4th place, my man?
Yeah.
Yep, here we go. The weight is killing me.
Actually, my.
Oh, okay, yeah. Our beloved Aqua.
Yeah, so, I really love Konosuba. Konosuba's a great anime. Have you seen it, right?
I've seen parts of it. It's still on my backlog. I have that Aqua figure, but only the bare-legged one, which is one of my biggest regrets, because even though as a bare-legged one, that's my favorite bare-legged of any bare-legged ever made. Right. I want this one. It's just hard to find and expensive.
I bought her, I think, on Solaris, brand new.
Okay.
And yeah, she was expensive, and she actually her and Megumin helped my TikTok kind of start off.
Oh, and that's true. That's true, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't really post figure content on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But on my TikTok is straight nothing but anime figures. That is all you're gonna find on there. And a lot of people, I had this. It wasn't really a series, but it was something I did where I talked about how much it cost versus what I paid.
Yeah,
and I think it. Yeah, and it was like she was like 1 something or 2 something, and I paid like 800 or 700 for her, and people were losing their minds. You were like, "How could you spend that much on plastic? You are insane! You're over here spending people's rents on plastic." And I got so much hate, but that video blew up to like 2 million views or something. And I was like, and so she was part of it, and I was like, she's definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, I think so. And if you watch some of my other videos, you know that I'm a complete simp for the kind of blue turquoisey hair.
Yeah, the Juvia gave it away a little bit.
Juvia and Aqua, and that I'm sure you pre-ordered that New Jersey Azure Lane.
Oh yeah, I have that. I don't know what it is, but they know how to make a character. Azure Lane has like some of the best designs for waifus.
They are stunningly like. Oh my goodness, the beauty! Like some of the figures, right? Just because they're your waifu and whatever, you buy them anyway. But when you actually look at it, even someone who doesn't know the series or the characters or even into the hobby, they can appreciate they are well made.
They really all the Azure Lane figures for some reason they just are absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I hear you. And in terms of like kind of beauties as well, I don't know if any of these. This is a gigantic Shokugeki no Soma cup, by the way. So we have
very nice.
Elena on that side, and I have a feeling this one might pop up on the list. I'm not 100% sure. But,
really? Yeah.
Because she's got.
I will tell you, Erina herself was actually pretty close to being up there.
I've got a little story about Elena because I was considering putting her right at the 5th spot, but there was an issue. Okay, so the Elena I bought was the second bunny that I ever bought. But I bought it on Yahoo Auctions when I was still kind of getting into the hobby as well. And I bought it from a guy with only 2 rating on there. And there's a guy called, Yo, it's your N-word. So it's obviously not a Japanese geezer, right?
Right.
And it was just a blister pack with Elena in it. But it had a lot of close-ups of her face and other stuff on it. So it was pretty well made. It's guaranteed to be a bootleg. And 2 reasons for it. I know it is now, but at the time, after I bought it, a week later, he took the listing down, so you can't even see the picture, even though I bought it already. Right? But straight away, he's probably done a runner. And secondly, even like bootlegs, which are well made, they deteriorate over time, because of the materials. They're not as well made. And I really wanted to test early days whether there's a bootleg or not. So I found another Elena that was legit. It had the Kodansha sticker, it had the receipt and everything on Mercari for nearly double the price. So I bought that. Side by side, they're almost identical. Like in parts.
Bootlegs are scary. They're scary close.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you mentioned that your Erina, like that you had that type of situation. I had that type of situation with my Arena. I bought when I was first. She was one of the first ones when I started buying like bunny girls, and I bought her on Amazon.
Okay.
And so, you know, Amazon Japan's pretty good. You know, a lot of people in the figure community recommend Amazon Japan.
Yeah.
But I went US Amazon.
Oh.
And I had bought her. And I remember sitting there and like when I was like learning more about like bootlegs and stuff like that, I was looking at her. I'm like, I know I didn't spend $200+ on a bootleg. I'm like, are you a bootleg? And I sat there a whole day comparing photos of her and the real ones and looking and stuff.
Oh no.
And thankfully I got lucky and she was a legit one. I was like, oh, I was really close on that one.
You are really blessed. No quality control issues. It was a legit one from Amazon America.
I don't know. It's just they're very lucky for me.
Yeah. Oh, I hear that. There was a big controversy because Reddit loves the bootleg discussion as well. Like the Jabami Yumiko, the Kotobukiya 1/7 scale, you know, where she's like all dominant and posing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So I found her in Manga Soko as well for really cheap, brand new as well, right? And I bought her and I was like, wow, super rare figure. Miyazaki, the gold one. I tell you, you come here, you'll be happy days. You'll throw a suitcase back. Like, I opened her, put her on Reddit. I found her. I made a video of her and Mary Sawatome, and everyone was like, "Oh, I'm so jealous. How did you find it for that price?" All that kind of stuff. And one person put like 10 paragraphs and said, "This is guaranteed a bootleg for X, Y, and Z reasons." And 9 of those 10 reasons was about the hair. Okay, he said everything else looks okay, but he said the hair should be going in and around her chest or her bust or something like that, and some strands should be going this way, and all of them for my one were going behind this way. Right. And then I was like, really? Like, it's legit? I've even got a receipt where it originally was bought from. I think it was bought from Hobby Stock or somewhere. And the only reason the hair was in that place because it's been boxed for so long. You're talking about 4 or 5 years without being open. The hair was stuck on her dress, and I said, "Wait, so if I unstuck it and just put it to the front of her, this is what you mean, right?" He's like, "Oh yeah, okay, that's legit."
No, people will go on. They will attack you if they suspect a bootleg. They are relentless. They are not nice about it.
I know. Like it's a really interesting. You got part of the community is some people are like really complimentary and amazing and friendly, which is most people I'd say in the community. Then you got some people who have a bit of that jealousy side to them, and internet warriors, and you know maybe they're like, "Oh, I wish I could be in that position or get that kind of thing," and they want to kind of bring you down. But at the end of the day, like, it's your collection. You collect what you want. I have a friend, a Japanese guy who only works in an izakaya. He's he's got very low income, and he could buy 1 or 2 figures a month, but he wants a huge collection. So what he does is he buys like 99% bootleg, so he has a huge collection of fakes, just so you know he's got them in the house. And what can you do, right? If you're low income and you want a collection, everyone's got a right to, you know, enjoy and do what they want. So
I think at the end of the day, it's like, it's your collection. If it makes you happy, I think that's what really matters, is that you're happy. You know, I think that's why we all get into into collecting. It doesn't matter what you're collecting, but you know, you do it because it makes you happy, you know? I buy, it doesn't matter if I haven't seen the show or whatever, I buy my collection because it makes me happy. I don't buy it for anyone else.
Exactly.
I buy it straight just so I could look at it and be like, it's pretty nice.
To say the least. This is actually an interesting point that I came across the other day. Like, when you get your holy grails or your grails, right? Wow, I've been wanting it so long. You look at it every day. It's stunning. Every time you look at it, it makes you happy. But what if you get to the point where you have like 20 10 out of 10 figures? Then does it depreciate slightly, some of them, or are they all equally loved? Or what's the kind of general feel there? Like, or do you build up on more holy grails, like the figure of your perfect wife who comes up? What's the kind of perception when you get to that stage where you almost have everything that you want?
You know, that's a good question, because when I was first starting collecting, I remember if I saw something, I bought it. I didn't care. I had like, I was spending money to I felt like I was like, you know, I want to get everything that I want.
In the candy store.
Yeah, I was like, I can do it. I am gonna do it. So I remember one of them was the Amelia crystal dress.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so from Eastream, right? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, I want that one. I bought it. And then I bought the REM one, and then I was like, oh, okay, I want this one, and it's like, I think the only thing they don't not depreciate sentiment. I just feel bad that they're in my other room, and that they're not in this room, and I can't look at them. Like I feel like I'm neglecting them. You know, that's about it. I have my bunnies here behind my setup, so I can look at them. I just feel bad that they're in their own room. You know, so I make sure I go in there at least like once a day. Like, you know, like they're waiting for me to go in there and, you know, say hi, but, you know, it's just, but I think it's like, I go in there and just to look and, you know, be like, man, this is nice. You know, I really appreciate my collection.
My goodness,
you know?
my goodness. Everything you're saying is resonating with me because, like, literally everything that I've put on here is not because I've displayed them the way I wanted to display them. Literally, I've run out of physical and vertical space. So anywhere they can fit at the moment, I've just jumped them on there. But I'm really, really excited. Like 2 days ago, we met the architect for the first time because I'm applying for permanent right to remain here. And if that comes through, I can get the mortgage for the house. So we've identified land that we like. And I met the architect to design our house. And, you know, we're in this kind of area, you're very creative. Your creative juices are flowing, right? The ideas of...
That's exciting.
It's exciting,
really,
right?
That's really exciting.
Exactly. And I was thinking, you've got these kind of details, these kind of display pieces. People are into modu cases, right? But as a true collector and a true person who wants to proudly display their collection for the first time since I haven't been able to do it here, I asked the architect, can you design me a custom case? And like with all my funky designs or even like a tree, like weird magical thing, can you do anything that I can imagine? And they said, we'll do anything that you want. Just give us the idea. We'll make it for you. So they're going to display a massive custom display thing, whatever I imagine. And it's not just that. My office and my room is going to be one big combined thing because I have to work. I work for a UK company, so I have to work late till night. So my big office room kind of man cave is going to be on the top floor on one side, and my gym, my personal gym, is going to be below that. And I was like, to not disturb the family, I want a quick access. It's going to be like a ladder or a slide or fireman rope between my office and the gym. Right?
That's going to be fun.
That's going to be really
awesome.
Really fun.
That really is exciting that you get to design it the way you want, you know, and you get to build it. That's cool that your architect is like, you know, you dream it, we can build it.
Exactly. Yeah, as long as they pay for it, right? But
you fund it, we can build it, I should say.
You fund it, we'll build whatever you want, make your dreams come true. And that's the kind of thing. Like, then I was like, okay, if I have a display piece in my office, why don't I have a display piece in the gym just below it as well with easy access? So we're going to have a massive weeb 2-floor weeb wall of stuff.
that would be very impressive. It's like those people who have like the wine displays. It just like scales up.
That's it. And so fingers crossed that the visa goes through well, and then the architect can finalize some plans and show me something that I can't even imagine myself, but I've given her the idea. So yeah, as soon as that comes back, I'll show you, and you can
I'm very excited to see that.
Quality. Oh, you've done your fourth figure. Have I done my fourth figure? I have not done my fourth figure. Okay, so okay, so this is an interesting one.
Tough. Right? It's tough.
It is tough. Evangelion Legendary Series. A total waifu for me is Misato. I love me some Misato from Evangelion, right?
I love Misato. That's a good choice. Like, that's a really good one. I have her.
She's beautiful. If they made a bunny for her,
exactly. Why haven't they made one for her?
That's exactly it, right? Evangelion, Misato, Asuka, Rei. I'm not so into Rei, to be honest, but the other two I really like. If they made a Misato bunny, and this isn't my fourth choice, by the way, this is just going off on tangent. Right. I would imagine she looks exactly like this.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, okay.
That's Misato, but it's not Misato, so I can't count her. So, with that being said, I'm going to put in Sonsaku Hakufu from Ikitusen. So, I loved this show back in the day. This kind of, you know, battle vixens built on the romance of the Three Kingdoms, or all of those kind of legendary warriors in really, really sexy wife forms. And this was my first, I'd class, thick bunny. So, okay, alright, yeah. Absolutely stacking. And sometimes I'm really kind of into proportionate and realistic and whatever, but as a character she's quirky. The details and the design and the little ahoge kind of hair thing with me.
She's cute. I like it.
She does it for me. And once again, backed up by a little Dakimakura on the side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're going with Sontaku Hakufu number 4.
I think they look good when they have like more like other merch of them displayed with them.
That's true. Did you see the 2 Ikitusen ones that they remade, the Kanu Uncho and the Ryome Shimei, just recently? They released 2. Well, they put on the pre-order list 2 additional ones.
Is that the one that has the eye patch on it? I can't remember.
I have to let me see if I can whip it up. Let me open Ami because the original ones, they did have Ryomu and Kanu Uncho ones, but these are really old freeing bunnies. You know, back in the day we're talking about. Let me. Yeah, there is.
And I was thinking of.
Oh, the Ryomu's, this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I was like the eye patch. Okay.
The eye patch, but this is like slightly out of character. I don't remember her being that big.
It's the bunny suit. It enhances, you know.
It does. It's a magical suit. Oh my days, yeah. Wow, like she's shiny. She's very
yeah, they look good though.
They do.
For them being older figures, they do look good. I think it was really cool that they kind of revamped them a little bit.
Yeah, because have you seen her original ones?
I saw them once, but I can't like.
Yeah, so the original ones is you know, much less details. It's the old technology, right? So they really couldn't go. But she still looked cute. She was alright, relatively cheap nowadays. Right. But the advancements in the technology and how they're making these things and putting all the thickness and glare, like even the pose, it's just.
No, it definitely looks. You can definitely see the change and stuff, and like, it does look like you know when you get like an older anime, and then they just like bring it back, and then they look with all the new effects, and you're like, all right. Definitely what it looks like.
How much do you care about the anime figurine looking like the anime style as opposed to a more realistic style?
Oh, like a more realistic.
Yeah, I saw your Kill la Kill war piece there. Is a little bit.
Yeah, those like I don't mind. That was I got that at Anime Expo and the artist was there, and this is cool. I'm like, this is giant picture of her. I think it looks nice. My wife loves it too. It looks really good as for an art piece. But as for figures, I don't know. Like I know like resin sometimes will have like that realistic face.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use it. I rather just prefer the anime look, to be honest.
Original.
I mean, don't get me wrong, they look nice. It's just I rather have the anime look.
Preference. Same as I would like it as close to what I've seen from the anime or the manga, you know, the actual character itself. That would be my preference. But if only the realistic one exists, then I've got no issue with realistic ones. You know, they look really good as well. But preference would be the anime one, because I did see this Makima from Chainsaw Man, and she had 2 variants. I think she's got like standing there with a whip, and I don't know, I haven't read the manga yet, so there might be spoilers in and around the design, but she had like one anime style face and one realistic style face, and I'm like, you got to go with the anime one, really, isn't it? It's the
it's hard. It is hard, especially hard since no one can get her face right.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I don't know. Some they got for free. They got Power's face pretty spot on.
They did.
You know, and all I'm saying is they could have had her doing her little hand pose. They could have had her doing something else. But I guess it's okay. I'm still gonna buy it regardless. I can whine and complain all I want, but I'm still gonna buy it at the end of the day.
Of course, they look quality, and you know for sure, right? They're popular characters, and they have meaning. So when you see them, right, evoke some feels, some memories, something from the series itself, right? They're not just like display pieces. You've got some kind of connection there. You understand what's going on. You can probably even play back some of the scenes and what's going on. Have you read the manga?
Yes, I am fully caught up.
Okay. So yeah, you are well ahead of me. I have put some of the series as a manga only or an anime only or hybrid of both. Chainsaw Man, I'm just excited to see the anime first, because I heard like the sound effects and what's going on actually adds a different feel compared to the manga. The manga is more kind of deep and really kind of story driven and whoa my god moments. But the sound effects and the chainsaw and everything like that, that's my one for the anime.
Yeah, I think if you can go into both of them with that, they're both going to have their own different feels. You'll enjoy both of them.
Okay.
You know, if you're trying to go in there and be like, I want this to be panel for panel of what I read in the manga and stuff like that. I mean, yes and no, but it's like, you know, just enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I completely agree with that sentiment because, you know, they're two different media platforms, isn't it? So you're going to absorb them in a slightly different way. People enjoy reading manga, people enjoy watching anime. They can both be good. It doesn't have to be one or the other, but it's in the community that everyone really likes to, you know, simp for one side and stand by it and live or die by their opinion on.
Like, why we gotta be so competitive over everything, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Just enjoy it. Be happy that we got it. Yeah,
that's exactly it. And that's actually like the main reason why I even did this podcast kind of thing, right? Because I just wanted to share the love and share the enjoyment and the passion with like-minded people and really, you know, get kind of open up and deep down, because some people are like really they really care about the kind of persona and how they present themselves. But when you're excited about something, just be excited about it. When you're happy about something, you like it, just say it.
No, I'm all for about that.
Yeah.
I'm not, you know, people are like, how can you have all that stuff in your room? I'm like, I don't care. Oh, this sounds awesome, you know? I love when people, you know, I love when people come see my room and they are like so taken back, or they're just like, oh my God, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hell yeah, go, like, look at it. I love it so much.
As a compliment.
You know?
For sure.
I love seeing people's reactions, which is probably why I share it so much on my TikTok and stuff, you know, because I think there is a pretty good figure community on TikTok, and I met a lot of cool people through there, and I think that's why I really enjoy showing my collection on there. So.
Yep, for sure. I completely agree with that. Like, that's we'll go into the kind of YouTube and social media and TikTok stuff in a bit. So on to number three. Number three, what have you got for us? Pondering. Getting close to the halfway mark. Okay, Hestia.
Hestia. Yeah. Hestia really is bestia.
Yes.
I love Danmachi. Or, you know, is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? But I think this one was like such a good fit for her. You know, sometimes, same thing with my number 2. I'll probably say it again, but I think sometimes freeing really does capture like the essence of a character in the sculpt. And I think they did such an amazing job with her. And I mean, she's pretty much wearing the same thing in the show anyways, just a little different, you know, minus the bunny ears. But I think they did like a pretty good, like, they did amazing with her.
Agreed.
She's definitely my number
She
3.
is bestia. That's one of the ones that I regret not getting, and I have seen the limits of Japanese wild craziness on one of the postings on Mercari. Was it Mercari or Yahoo Auctions? I've got a screenshot of it somewhere. The only Hestia that I considered buying when I saw the listing because of the price, I think it was like 35,000 yen. I went into it, and the stuff I read was bizarre, weird and crazy. He was like, I bought her because I love her, and then I decided I don't love her, so I boiled her, and then I ripped her tights, and then I decided I love her again, but I already broke her, so I'm selling her.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, wait to
say
it to me, bro.
Boiled her?
He boiled her. That's what he literally said. He boiled her, then he tore the tights, and then he decided he loved her again, but he already broke her, so he was selling her. And like, not only, that's a fantastic story, bro, but you're trying to sell this thing, are you not?
Broke her like she broke my heart.
Oh, yeah. So I did not pick up that one. I
don't blame me, I wouldn't either.
I'm pretty sure this is the same guy because there's another mutilated Hestia here. So let me read you the Google translation. I don't like bunny, so I decided to remodel it. So I boiled it in hot water, peeled off the fishnet tights, made it barefoot, and filled the adhesive parts between the ears and the tights with putty. Therefore, it is junk. Situation above, no noticeable scratches or stains. Oh dear. Yeah, that was an interesting one. Oh, bestia. Number 3 for me. I've spent all the time really thinking, who do I put in the free slot and who do I leave out here? It really is, because for different reasons I love a lot of them. Can you see that Kriska on the back there, the little purple in the gun?
Yes. I've wanted. Yeah. I saw her in Akihabara and I didn't pick her up. I was like, you know, I've been meaning to pick this one up and I just didn't. I should have.
That's the thing, right? So I don't know. I'm still unsure whether I put her in the third slot. And two reasons I really like this. I think she's got one of the like prettiest faces of all the kind of freeing sculpts. She looks really elegant and really pretty to me. And additionally, like, you know how some freeing bunnies can be fairly generic, you know, your standing blacks kind of leotard pose, your type thing.
Yeah.
Dynamic and with a gun. I love the kind of uniqueness of a freeing bunny. And just,
you know, not a lot of them have props, like, you know, surprisingly.
Yeah. So, do I go with Kriska or on a similar kind of sentiment? These are propped up on my dumbbell bench, so they could fall any time. So I'm being being extra careful.
You're very nice.
Do I go with the Yoko Littner, who is a lot of people's holy grail as well? I know her bare-legged was also very popular. You've got this one as well, isn't it? So.
Yeah, I spent a very not so nice number on her, brand new, and like it was because I really wanted her.
You found her brand new?
I did, in the box. $1,100 I spent on her.
Oh yeah. Oh, that is dedication right there.
It is. I am not proud of it.
And then there's a few other unique ones, right? That are still in the box. Like, you know the Chitoge freeing bunny.
Yes, it's she's blonde with the bow, right?
Yep, the bow and that kind of red circus kind of outfit style.
Yes.
The
ringleader outfit, I think.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
So, do I go with Yoko, Kriska? I can't go Chitoge because I haven't opened it up yet. Similarly, Kaide from Danganronpa, she's sitting there in the back. Haven't opened it up yet. I think down there is the Reika Gantz bunny, and who else? No, those are choices. But I am going to go with Kriska just because that gun, that pose, that elegance, this kind of light purple. This is almost blue, so I'm slight cheating here, but I can't. It does something to me. The blue, turquoise, light purple tint. I look at it.
She looks good. So I have to thank you for showing her, because now after this, I'm probably going to end up buying her. So that's more money I get to spend.
I can tell you now, in the next year or so, she's going to be sitting there on your shelf.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Indeed. So yeah, Kriska's. Oh, if you want, by the way, any figure that you're on the lookout for, just let me know. I look almost daily, like locally and online and everything like that. So give me a list of whatever you're looking for. I'll ping you where they are.
Hit you up on that. I will send you money to go grab me something. I will take you up on that offer.
For sure, man. Happy to help. Anytime. I actually do a little proxy service on the side to some of the patrons.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, I'm already like I shouldn't say this really because they're a sponsor. I'll cut it out. But already undercut. Ones I can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, because some people are like, yeah, dude, find me at reasonable price, negotiate for me a Mercari. I'll pay you a little bit or whatever. Just give me the shipping things and I just send it off to them because
that's smart. No. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
So, yep, she's in the number 3 spot for me, and now we're getting down to the juicy stuff. Number 2. What have you got on number 2?
Number 2. This next one, someone I was watching a YouTube video on her, I was watching someone unbox some figures, and she was in there, and I saw her, and I'm like, I have to have her. She looks amazing. And it is Yuna from the Haunted House.
You had to have her, yeah, I hear you.
And I don't know. Does she the same thing I said about Hestia? She really envelops her character. They really did a good job of capturing her character. I love the way her suit is opening up in the back. It's super unique. They haven't done it on anyone else.
That's true.
And she just has such a playfulness about her, and she's really nice.
She's really cute. Really cute.
The way you feel about blue hairs, the white hair's got me. She's absolutely amazing.
And the way the hair swishes in and around, it's like really dynamic, really pretty. Because a lot of the time the hair's quite blocky on some of the freeing figures, but this one is like really enveloping her.
Yeah, she's pretty thick too. But besides that,
that's always a win.
She looks amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
She's definitely my number 2.
It's a very good choice.
I would rescue her if she was in a fire.
That is a good. Actually, that's going to lead up to a question. We might as well do that question now. So, if right, you had your house was burning down, and you could only grab what you can grab before you dash out there, everything's burning down to the ground. Which are the ones you grab? I know you got your top 5 here, but are these top 5s the ones you would grab?
The top 5 are the ones I would grab.
Inclusive of your wider collection.
I would try to grab whichever ones would be the most expensive to replace. So like Yoko,
the rare ones.
Yeah, Yoko, probably God, what's her name from High School DxD, the one with the red hair?
Oh, Rias Gremory.
Yeah, I would grab her. Probably my Food War ones.
Yeah.
I know for some reason Rindo is super expensive.
She is, isn't she?
Yeah, I didn't know she was that popular of a character.
Yeah, I think it's something around the. It's this kind of element of her in Japan, right? She is powerful, talented, but she will probably eat you alive.
Yeah, and you know, I can see it. She was definitely worth it. So I'd grab her. I'd definitely grab her.
That Rias Gremory one, funny you say that. I have a part 2 of the vlog I did on my birthday trip to Tokyo. Half associated with the Genzo Suikoden RPG. I went to a live concert and that was like an amazing day. But in the Ami Ami shopping spree that day, I found that Rias Gremory unboxed, second hand, in Ami Ami in the display cabinet. 18,000 yen with tights.
Really?
Yeah.
Tights and all?
Yeah, tights and all. And completely perfect condition, except there's a big sign why she was so cheap, and I asked him to explain to me why is it so cheap, and then he said kubi wa kong. I was like, what does that mean? I thought kubi, so the neck slot where she slots into the head, that slot bit is damaged. It's a guy got a chip on it. I was like, what? So the bit that's inside already that you can never see when you've got your head in place, she said, yeah, that bit's broken. I was like, and 18,000 yen. Said, yeah, and everything else is okay. Pack it up. Come around.
Pack that bad boy up. I'm taking it right now.
Exactly. Neck. I got a neck. She got a neck. It's all good.
Yeah. No one's gonna see it.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, treasure. I'm all about hunting. The value for the grails. It's like the same as in an inverse way. Food. If you get it for free, okay, it's all right. If it costs like 100 quid, you convince yourself like, oh, this actually tastes really, really good. And with a cheap figure, if the figure. And it's really, really rare, and you get it for an outstanding price. It's like almost too good to be true, but you feel a bit smug. You're like, yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah, and then
I'm proud of yourself.
On the inverse side, the expensive one. So this is exactly what you mentioned it as well. This is the opposite side of the scale. Here I go, sentimental value number 2 for me. The first figure that I missed a pre-order on, but as soon as I came to Japan, I found her locally. And I bought it straight away. Food Wars, Hisako, right? Because it pops. It just pops. I love the color.
She does. She really does pop.
And she's kind of like the Elina's little maid servant, vulnerable, helping out. Her herself, she's not to be underrated. She is packing and quite svelte, but quite curvy at the same time. But on the other side, we do have a bad girl herself, which is the most expensive.
I think she's more expensive than Erina herself.
She is.
Yeah.
It had to be the Rindo, because I overpaid for this one as well. I paid something like... How much did I pay? 48,000 yen? 48,000 yen or something. Because even at the time, it was a little bit expensive. It's reasonable now, because now it goes really expensive, isn't it? So
yeah.
Is it too late to change my mind? Oh my goodness, Akeno. Whew. What's... Number 2? I don't know. Rindo, look at that hair, like a grasshopper. I don't know. Joint number 2. Let's just put it in there. My video, my rules. Joint number 2, Akeno. I will put Rindo.
She's
at
up
number
there.
2. She is that naughty girl look. It's just like, yeah, it's.
Yeah, no. See, again, they did such a good job with capturing like who she is and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of people like want from their freeing bunnies is that they want like. They want to see like the character in the figure,
It's true. It's really, really true. And just something about like, I love the way she's kind of enveloping her hair in her hands. I haven't really seen that done too much. That's quite a unique little feature. And just of the kind of body shape and type, the long legs with just that badonkadonk rump at the end there, that is that does it for me. I mean, yeah. 10.
Yeah, you would think she was specializing in pastry cooking with all that cake she's smuggling back there, you know?
Yeah, I can totally see it. I can see that. Oh,
you know, can I say I'm so proud that we have not chosen with our wide variety of bunnies. I'm very proud that we did not choose a single like same one.
I know how incredible that, and I'm pretty sure we will keep the record going for the #1 bunnies, because I'm almost certain that it won't be a match, and that is actually an amazing thing. How did we not cross over? We have similar tastes, yet we have a unique connection to our top 5. So
yeah,
it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. #1, big reveal.
Is my Ryuka.
Okay. Oh yeah. I
just because she started it all.
I knew it would be. Yes.
You know, she is my pride and joy, my #1. Not only is she #1 waifu, she's #1 bunny.
Amazing. And she's an amazing bunny. It worked. Everything about her works.
And it does. And I have her red variant too. But I think it's just because she started it all, and I think that's probably why she holds like the top place and stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, and like she's the only one who has a base like this.
Yes.
As far as I remember, you know.
Yeah.
She's just missing her sister, that's all.
Indeed. And that's the kind of thing. Aesthetically, I know this one has more sentimental value, but aesthetically, between the red and the black, what are your feelings between those two?
I think I like the black more. I think it's the same thing with one of our friends was saying this the other day, or that it's kind of like with the 02 one where she has the white one. It kind of washes her out a little bit. It doesn't make her stand out as much. I think this one's really good. Like it just feels like it's from the anime, you know?
I agree.
Same color scheme and everything.
Yeah.
You know, the red's nice, don't get me wrong, but I think it's just on here the original looks really good.
Because there's a combination of things here. It's rare, it's valuable, it's the original, it fits the character, and she feels in her zone in the black one, similar to anime.
Yeah.
More elegant. It's more Ryuko, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I knew it would be that one, but I'm still yeah, that is a beautiful. If I see that for a decent price, not extortionate price, which they do go for nowadays, like you're talking 80,000 or more, then instant buy for me as well.
Definitely.
The one that got away, that one, because I saw her one day for like 60,000 yen on Sluga, and I was just reading through, you know, it's a B ranked one. What is the damage here? I was just reading through it, and it said like there's some slight scratches on the back of her suit and towards her thighs. But I thought this is acceptable. I went to check out. Someone bought it. Someone beat me to the punch.
Oh, of course.
So yeah,
that's one of the worst feelings. Is like
the one that got away.
Yeah.
And I know what you mean as well about the color palette swap, because you know Steins Gate Makise Kurusu, she's got that white alternate one, and maybe they did it because of her science lab experiment coat or whatever, but they made it bare-legged as well. And as you said, the contrast, it doesn't pop as much. You know, she's got those crazy kind of time-skipping eyes or anything like that. The black suit, the original one definitely matches a lot more. And I was like thinking as well, which is the bunny in the fire situation, everything's burning down. What'd you go to? And you grab straight away. And there was only one choice for me.
This is your #1?
Yep, this is my #1. She has always been in plain sight. It's the Yui Takamura from Muv Love. Just because, unlike a lot of the other bunnies, right? Obviously, she's got dynamic with the sword and everything like that.
Yeah, no, she looks good. I am so pleased that it's like you have like some that I don't have, and they look amazing.
Yeah, it's just, and this one has a lot of sentimental value because she's actually I bought her in near pristine condition, and she's got a fairly bad paint chip here, and there's a story behind this because unfortunately I haven't got much space to display the stuff at the moment, and she was just sitting there on the edge. Magnitude 8.5 earthquake hit, and the only thing that dropped, she went flying. I'm not even joking. She literally went flying across the room, landed on her head, and I was like, everything's going to break, hair's going to break, snapping, everything like that. And I got away just with that little paint chip right there. So
that's amazing.
Little paint. She's a tough cookie. I mean, even earthquakes don't mess with her, right? She's she's proper. I don't know, like really sculpted. Like you can see some of the musculature in the suit, which is quite rare, I think, for some of the figures. And then it's a little bit naughty. I don't know how, but you know, she's a little bit pointy, a little bit perky as well.
It's a little cold in there. It's okay. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that, you know, she's just kind of perched. Like, I don't know. Is there any other figure that has this kind of, is like standing like that?
She's doing the Russian squat right now.
Yep, the little Russian squat there.
Yeah, no, she looks good though.
Yeah. So this is my number one, and the first person I ever podcasted, a guy called Karate Ken. This is his holiest of holy grail. So just the fact that I can show this off as much as possible, and he's watching, I'm like, she is that valuable.
She looks good. I like her a lot.
She is my.
You're selling me on these ones that I don't have yet.
You're very welcome. I'm a bad influence, but a good influence. Yeah. So going into the kind of binding territory again, then, if you had the choice of every single bunny figure available, including the ones you don't have, are there any that could have made the top 5 list, but you don't have it yet?
Ones.
They exist, but you haven't managed to find it yet, or get it in your collection, or you missed out.
Oh, that they do exist?
Yeah, they do exist already. Yeah.
I'm such a competitive jerk. A lot of the people I'm friends with have the God, what's her name? Carolina? Or Caroline?
Oh, Caroline Yuri.
Yes, Caroline Yuri.
Yeah.
I saw her in Akihabara. They wanted 1,000 plus for her.
I saw that. That's the same one I saw. Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah,
it's still there.
And I saw her and I was like, oh God, I don't know.
Can I do it?
Yeah, she was in Ami Ami. I'm like, I don't know if I want to.
That's the one I saw.
Just let it rip on her or not. But,
that is the true financial, because it's not just how beautiful the figure is, it's the e-peen as well, right? The e-peen when you unbox her and you open her up, and everyone's like, oh my God, you've got Caroline Yuri.
Yeah. That little hit of serotonin, you know, just keeps you going.
It does. It's a proper hit. Yeah, Caroline Yuri. I would love her in my collection as well, but you are talking 1,000 plus for good condition.
Yeah, that's I saw someone sell her for like 400 or 600. And you know, honestly, I would have done it if I didn't have to pay the I just paid for my my asana with the real kimono.
Oh yeah, that is beautiful. Talking about like putting them together, has that started your kind of real kimono material display collection? Is it only Asuna because it's Asuna?
I have 2 pre-orders. And they just showed off Hatsune Miku too.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
And she looks amazing.
She does, doesn't she?
I'm waiting. I have Pecora pre-ordered. I didn't get her the first time around, but I had an alert set up, so when someone canceled the pre-order, I went and snatched it up. So excellent. I have Pecora because Pecora, her bunny just looks really good. You know, it looks amazing. So I have that, but I'm gonna wait and see how Asuna's turns out, because I know I was gonna get Rem, because I love ReZero. It's one of my favorite animes. I was gonna get Rem and see how, but I think she has like a molding problem with her finger. So I think on that one, I think her pinky and this finger are like molded together on all of them.
I see.
And so I was like, kind of sucks. You know?
Yeah, not perfection.
So, well, we'll see how Asuna turns out, and if I really love how it is, I think I'll probably. I don't know if I want to go for the Albedo one. Albedo's price is a little scary.
Funky, isn't it? Quite funky. Yeah, I have a mate who's like really well off. He has a really good kind of software, high consultancy software job, and he's an absolute Albedo simp. He loves his Albedo. Like literally everything I ask him about, top 3 pre-orders, top 3 figures, top 3 anything, Albedo. It's just leaking
hey man,
Albedo.
You love a character, you go after everything that they have, you know.
It's very, very true. Do you remember what's her name? Not Jabami Yuko, Kirari Momobami, the president of Kakigurui, the ponytail something.
The blonde one, right? I think.
Yeah, the blonde one.
Yes.
I really, really like her. Clever, sitting at the top of the pile, always wins. You don't go after the low-hanging fruit. She's top of the tree, top of the mountain.
Right,
She'll go whatever it takes, and she's pretty as well. I've just been buying merch left, right, and centre.
No, I mean, I completely understand. It's like, I know, I really recently fell in love with Licorice Recoil.
Yeah.
And I love Chisato. I was like, I was trying to find whatever I could while I was down there of her, and I actually got.
Well, let's see. Let's have a look. See. She's adorable. Yeah, I know what you mean.
God, I hope they make a bunny of her. Oh, so here's the Marin one I was talking about.
Oh yeah.
So there's her signature.
Beautiful,
there.
man. Beautiful.
But I saw it and I was like, okay, I have to buy it. And then
You have to buy it. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm saving for when her bunny comes out. You know,
Sure,
it'll be right there. But I have her 1/7 pre-ordered.
That's the kind of thing, because I've literally started similar to you, the signature signed limited edition kind of rare cards and rare exclusives for the merch. Like literally, we could be on here for 24 hours straight, and we still wouldn't even have started through, you know, our wants and desires and needs and what we've already got. I've got a card album that's buried underneath all this stuff at the moment, and then acrylic stamps, and then trading card collections, and then signed merch, and then fine art prints, and then war scrolls, and then figures, and then some really bizarre merch as well, like tote bags, some exclusive tote bags, and other stuff. We've just got a bit of absolutely everything, like ream to the ream, up vertically and horizontally. But one of the things that I've really enjoyed as well is some of those art books of the, you know, before the figures come out, the concepts of those characters, and then later they become the actual figures. Some of those, I've got 2 bunny books. I can't remember who the author is, but he's made these beautiful bunny designs, and it's like 20 pages of the most beautiful original character bunny designs that you can ever see. And I'm like, I've got this love-hate thing with original characters. Because they're not from a series, you don't have that sentimental attachment, the memories, the music, the kind of storyline. But visually, they're so stunning. So, Conundrum, what do you do? If you have like 500 quid, $500, do you go with the character you like, who is just, you know, a nice figure of that character, or the most beautiful original character you've ever seen? What's your take on original characters?
I personally, I think I love original characters. I'm okay with that. Like, I have the Chris Aqua.
Oh, yeah.
And I forgot her friend that's also with her. Those ones, I thought they were amazing.
Sarah, is it?
I think so.
Or was it different?
I'm not too sure, but those ones, I was like, oh, I love these ones. These look absolutely amazing, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I wish Freen gotta step up their game sometime, you know?
True.
Sometimes original characters look good, like that. I think X10's the original one, right?
Yes, she is. Yes.
And look how amazing she looks.
I know.
She's so cool. Like, it's just stunning to look at. And you know, yeah, I get it that sometimes you want that original. You want that character that you know from the anime because you have that attachment to it. But sometimes an original character comes out looking amazing.
And that's the kind of thing.
Go for it.
Do you think, like, if the original character gets popular enough that they could start to make a brand and make a thing around that original character? Have you seen it happen before?
I don't know if I saw. I mean, no, because I guess she's always. I was gonna say, wasn't Chio like an original thing? And I think she always started off in that very adult
yes, truly,
thing.
Yeah.
So I thought she was an original character at first, but
I guess like the line I'm kind of thinking around. The only thing I can think of is like some of those VTubers and other people who, you know, have created their own kind of online persona and whatnot, and then they've got a big height of fame that they start to get merch of them.
I guess you would count those as original characters, and now they're kind of like the branding is becoming more and more.
Yeah, that's true. Although they've had like a big marketing budget and big promotional push behind them, so you know.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt. Hololive, I'm sure was like, you know, just take the blink check and tell us what you think.
Yeah, that's it for sure. I think like when you look back at the kind of collection you've got to date, what point in time does it become, I've literally run out of space here, it's leaking out of my room into the corridors, into the house, into the entranceway? Space is finite, right? Unless, you know, you buy a big house or whatever like that. What point in time do you start to evaluate the existing collection and start to trade off for like, okay, I love these figures back in the day, but that Marion bunny girl has to have a slot. I've got to clear off something.
I don't know. Oh man, that's a tough one. I'm trying to save space as much as I can right now. Yeah. I have an empty wall that doesn't have shelves, so that's in case if overfill gets too crazy. Right now, I'm at the point where before, when I was like displaying my figures, if you look at my bunny girls, they're like pretty well spaced out apart. Now, like, they're gonna have like some of them are going on top of each other's stands, and they're like, you know, they're kind of squishing together a little bit more to make room. You know, Albedo's bunny did not help. She's a big girl. Sweet Lord, she is huge. Yeah, I'm looking at her right now. She is gosh, she's such a big bunny.
And were you tempted when you saw the news that she could be forced cast off, hence why the aftermarket price absolutely went through the roof? Did you have a sneaky peek, or you're keeping her in pristine condition?
Oh yeah, because I didn't know she was cast off. I was like, I'm like, why is her suit like this? Yeah. And then I opened it, I'm like, oh, that's why. I was not expecting, which was weird because I thought Freen didn't do cast-offs anymore. I thought actually Hestia, surprisingly, was their last one in their line that technically was a cast-off. So I wasn't too sure if that was like, was there a reason why they just decided to make Albedo a cast-off?
So this is the kind of thing, right? There's no official line on it, but from the stuff I've read from Japanese Twitter is a lot of these design decisions. So the reason a lot of the characters that come out are the ones that come out is because someone in the freeing hierarchy decides, I like that character, we're making that character. And in the same kind of vein, the person who made Albedo must be like, I want Albedo to have official nips. so let's cast it that way. Someone in the hierarchy.
So you're telling me the person who's running free, and we're literally just getting all his personal waifus.
Pretty much.
I mean, he ain't listening to anyone else. He's like, no. You get what's on my waifu list.
Exactly. So if you've got the power, why not use it? It's my life. I'm going to build all the waifus that I want in the pose that I want. You work for me.
What's his MFC page so we can see what's next?
Oh dear. Actually, that's something I really wanted to talk to you about. So I was going to commit like a day or two of annual leave to update my MFC page and try to put my figures on there, and it would take a long time. But then I got scared. I crapped my pants because I thought, what if I spent all this effort and the MFC page suddenly just dies or goes away, or the server collapses or dies, right? That would be a travesty. How much time have you put into your MFC page?
I've just barely started getting into it.
Okay.
Honestly, like, I never put too much thought into it. I just kind of went on there just to see what deals I could find. I never was really into, like, updating my collection, posting pictures on there. I did try to post a picture on there to get picture of the day, which I did, or I got, picture of the week, picture of the day, I can't remember. I was like, okay, cool, I got it. But, other than that, it's like, I just go in there to see if I can find a good deal on a figure that I haven't had, or just to see what if I'm buying something used, I go in there to see if there's a counterfeit version and what I need to look out for.
Sure. Yeah, for reference kind of material. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's what's really good. You know?
Agreed. Exactly the same. But I did want to display my collection and like take really nice photos. But another problem that I have with MFC and other sites is you have to play by their mechanisms, right? So their upload procedure, their commenting procedure, their review and star rating, which is why I spent half of last year deving up my own site and my own interactive gallery, so I could split it off in between figures, war scroll tapestries, music boxes, acrylic stands, art
Oh, that's
books,
good.
and then decide how to make the gallery and how I want to present the information as a kind of hybrid blog, hybrid showing off the figure, my collection. And then I wanted to put an official rating system behind it as well. So I've devved that up and it's now finally live. So I think you saw in the Riser video, like sculpt, paint job, value for money, character likeliness.
No,
and now I have an actual rating system, right? Because that doesn't exist. There's nowhere. There's an official rating system, and I kind of pulled this from wrestling because I used to be a big WWE, WWF fan back in the day, and
right.
they're rating the kind of wrestling matches and whatnot. So I figured, why don't I try to implement an official rating system of my own feelings towards a figure, and then not just figure, you can have different categorizations for like games or for music boxes, how much it sounds like the original song, how good the musical performance is, how long the track tune is, that kind of stuff. And then if it works and if it gets popular and if it gets hit off, why don't I develop something that extends the function? So for example, you can start to display your collection and rate them along those kind of similar kind of boundaries, and that way people can get a really informed opinion on that figure before they buy it, from people who actually know what they're talking about.
No, that's smart. I think we definitely need something like that. That's, my MFC is a really good website and all, but I think it's pretty dated.
Yeah.
I think something new should come along and definitely kind of up it a little bit. I mean, Instagram's okay, but I don't want to have to make a whole new Instagram to start posting all my figures, and I want something that's fully dedicated to it.
Yes, that's it for sure. And similarly, it's still work in progress at the moment, but I think when time permits, I'm going to walk you through the whole design concept and the back end of it, and then together we can optimize this thing and make it really the place that, wow, okay, I'm 50-50 about buying this figure. I need a repository or resource that really tells me everything I need to know about that, with actual photos and actual people who have that thing. And that's what I'm trying to build. It's just a time element, isn't it? You've got so many figures to get through, and
and that's smart too, because I had a brand that wanted me to work with me on through my TikTok and stuff, and they were asking me what are my concerns, and my biggest concern is that, from what I'm seeing, is that I wanted to make sure people were buying from a safe place, that because I didn't want people getting ripped off. I think that's one of the things, especially when you're new into this hobby, is that you don't know where to buy from. You don't know what's fake, or you just want to be sure in what you're buying, because it does get to be an expensive hobby. Yeah. And so I think that when you have stuff that assures your user and stuff, I think that's the main thing that's important.
You're completely right, and I would say me and you are in a little bit privileged position, right, where maybe we can afford the one or two mistakes, that bootleg of Arena, for example. But some other people, they might be saving month on month, and then really that is a one figure that I really, really want in my collection. They might only have prize figures or a few scale figures, and the pain that if they get something that's not up to scratch or what they thought it would be, or even a bootleg or something, that's heartbreaking, man. It's it'll put you off the hobby completely, isn't it? Because the prices are extortionate. It's
pretty deflating a little bit. So
yeah. And do you feel like there's two sides of this, in my opinion? Do you think the way the trend is going, the increase of prices, particularly certain companies like the Bunny line, for example, it's pricing people out of the hobby? Or do you feel like because of the increased growth of companies like My Ethos and other affordable lines, that because of the competition and the sheer amount of figures that's constantly being released, which is better for consumer, right? They've got to compete on quality and pricing. Which way do you think it's going? Is it pricing people out of the hobby, or is the sheer variety of figures available now allowing more entry points into the hobby?
I think it's the variety, definitely. And I think especially what happened with because I think when the pandemic happened, anime just shot up in popularity.
Yes.
Everyone was home, there was nothing to do, and everyone was watching anime and getting into it, and then people found out oh my god, I can buy anime figures. This is cool, and I think that really helped shoot up the popularity of figures, and more and more companies probably started seeing that newer people were getting into it.
Yeah.
And I think that's good. I think there should be variety in joining this hobby. And like I said, competition makes, you know, I can't remember the whole phrase, but competition makes a healthy company grow or something like that. You know, it's good for companies to have that competition, because you don't want them to be stale and relying on the same old thing. They're like, oh, people are going to buy it anyway, you know?
That's right. Yeah.
I'm going to be buying it anyway, but still, you know, it's you want there to be some competition, so that way more things that they want to improve and they want to better themselves.
Yeah.
So.
Makes sense to me, for sure. And in terms of like, you mentioned on the TikTok and influencing people in that way. I saw during the pandemic, a lot of celebrities were getting on the kind of anime train as well. Some of them were like inner geeks, and they cosplay, you know, especially during Halloween, they cosplay as like Sailor Moon, or they cosplay as, you know, a lot of the anime girls. And then even that side of things, this kind of modern, hip kind of generation thing, when they, like Kim Kardashian or whoever, cosplays as something, then everyone's like, oh, cool, what's that? I want to look into that anime, I want to look into that manga. And even they're driving kind of weebdom and getting things noticed as well. Yeah,
it's that influential thing, you know. It's, you see your favorite celebrity do it, and you're like, oh, I want to get into that.
Yeah,
you know, I want to know what they like. What's so great about this? You know, it opens up people to newer things. You know, so like with me seeing all the figures that you have that I don't have, I'm like, oh, I want that one now. That one looks amazing. You know, or like caring about Full Metal Panic that you were talking about earlier? Yeah, you know, now I want to check it out. It's just people being opened up to new stuff is a good thing, and it helps spread awareness of all the anime and anime figures have to offer.
Of course. And in terms of Full Metal Panic, this is a bit controversial, a bit funny, but start with season 2, which is a slight spin-off, right? Season 2, which is Full Metal Panic Fumofu, is more of a super comedy, hilarious take on Full Metal Panic, because series 1 sets the scene, the army kind of thing, the serious backstory. Season 2, not real spoilers here, just a kind of setting. He has to go into the high school to protect the girl and everything like that, and that's where the hilarity really ensues. That's what really got me into the series. The season 2 is my favorite, but you know, season 1's more of a serious kind of vibe. Still good, but season 2, all time top 5 for me in that list.
No, I can do that. I do that with shows sometimes. Sometimes the show doesn't get, like, you know, it doesn't start picking up till season 2 anyway. So
yeah,
I can see that.
That's exactly it. Speaking of picking up, so when you first started your kind of social media, kind of YouTube journey as well, what was the initial plans and thoughts behind it? What did you actually want to do or achieve? Was it just like a hobby, or did you have plans to make it big?
You're talking about just my YouTube in general?
Yeah.
Well, I was streaming Overwatch, Twitch at the time, and I wanted to be a streamer. Yes. And I had taken Overwatch very seriously on console. I know people are like, on console Overwatch? Yeah, whatever. Hey, I like to think I was really good on console Overwatch. I was like, I was number 3 for Top 500 when Top 500 first came out. So I was number 3 on PlayStation. And then I was like the number 1 Pharah for a while. Oh. And I was grinding it out. I was doing matches. We were... Sounds horrible, but I was stream sniping other people to stream entertaining, and I was knocking people out of top 500 positions. Sweet. With my other friends who were in top 500, and then I was doing that, and then I had played against my friend Sniper. Yes. You know, Sniper was already a big YouTuber at this time, and so I had played against her. I beat her, and I never really used Twitter all that much. But I saw that she was asking for people to play with on Twitter. Yep. Like, she's like, anyone want to play Overwatch? And I said, oh, hey, I just played against you. Do you want to play? So we hung out. We found out we are very much like the same person. Like, even to this day, we joke about how, like, very similar me and her are. Yeah. And she knew I was doing Twitch at the time. And she was like, I love you. She's like, your personality is, like, hilarious. Why don't you do YouTube instead? I'm like, I don't know. YouTube's hit and miss. It's really hard and stuff like that. She's like, I will help you and I will teach you, you know, basically what I know. Yeah. And so she pretty much guided and taught me. And like, this YouTube was something I always wanted. You know, something I've always wanted to do because in school I studied acting and stuff like that and filmmaking, and I went with it and it blew up, and I don't know, it was a dream come true. You know, I got very lucky. You know, I think for YouTube, I feel like I hit the lottery on it. You know, so I'm very blessed with how my YouTube's been going, and you know, I say that. And you heard about what happened to Linus Tech Tips recently?
I haven't gone too deep into it. Go on, fill me in.
Okay, so he got hacked by like a Tesla crypto scam thing.
Yeah.
So actually, while I was in Japan, I got hacked by the same Tesla crypto scam thing.
Yeah,
and
I saw the post. Yeah, I saw the post.
Yeah, and so basically what they did was they privated all my videos. I have to make a video on my channel talking about it, but they privated all my videos, and they were streaming constantly. And I think it was 3 o'clock in Tokyo at the time, and my mom called me. She's like, "Where's your channel?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I went on the creative app to go look at my channel information and stuff. Wouldn't pop up. It says I've been forcibly logged out. And it was such a gut-dropping feeling because it's like, you know, this is my job. This is my life. I got, you know, this is my bread and butter. Seeing that it was gone and taken away from me.
I know.
It was like, I don't know. It was like, I can't even like compare it to anything. It was such a like crazy thing to wake up. And I remember waking up, I was like sweating. I wasn't feeling good. I didn't even want to go out that day.
You on holiday as well, and to hit that.
Yeah, and that was the worst thing. It lasted for like 3 days, I think. You know, and I was like, oh, I'm like, don't let this ruin my vacation. And then, thankfully, I got it back. But as soon as I got it back, I had my channel for a day, and then my channel got permanent ban. And I was like, are you kidding me? So then I had to wait another 2 days to get my channel back from that. And so now it's like, oh, like I was like,
it got permanent banned because of all the activity that they did while you were
locked
out.
So I think what happened is once they fixed it, and returned it to me, I don't know if their systems just permanently banned it or what happened, but thankfully, someone, my partner manager they were doing a YouTube meeting the next day, and I had messaged him, and he's like, oh, okay, I'll bring it up, and what's it called? And it got brought up, and I was like, oh, thank you so much. And so
amazing.
I have to send him a nice little basket and stuff, you know, for helping me out with that.
For sure, my goodness, that is quite an ordeal. That must be like absolutely terrifying, because as you mentioned, right, you've spent years making this brand. It's your baby, it's your income generator, it's your pride and joy as well, right? These are your assets, your digital mark on kind of history, entertaining people, all the things you put your effort into, and have it just
I was like, I need my channel. I got figures to buy. I got pre-orders still coming up, you know. Can't have this gone.
Exactly. So like celebrities can insure, like they insure their best assets, right? Their legs or their breasts or their face, anything like that. What can you do with YouTube? How can you protect it?
No, I have no idea. And you know, I know some people save their videos on backups. I wouldn't be able to do that. I do not have any of my videos saved on any form of backup. If they were gone, they were gone. I have to hope that YouTube has them saved in some file somewhere, but I don't know. I have no idea what you do. It's scary to think that it's like all like, especially when you've worked so hard for something, like, and then you would have to start all over.
That's right.
You know, and if they couldn't help you, I guess you're just kind of boned at that point.
Absolutely bummed, yeah. And you know what, right? Hopefully, I reckon you got enough fans that this might be a possibility. If it happened to Sniper, right, there must be like some person following her who must have downloaded every single one of her videos and every single one of her pictures. I wouldn't doubt it. So yeah, so you could just like, go on, do me a favor.
Pretty sure they have all hers saved and stuff.
Yeah, no, that's quite funny actually. But actually, that is amazing. Like, it's similar to my favorite game of all time, Genzo Suikoden. This is how I kind of live my life. That one moment in time, that one opportunity, if the stars align and the stars cross, you might get something that's worth more than any money and any value, you know, any actual tangible thing in the world. And that moment that you kind of hooked up with Sniper, and you know, she guided you and mentored you on a kind of YouTube journey, and the fact that she's such a, you know, nice person, not just the actual act itself, but giving her time, and then, you know, really making that close bond and affectionate friendship, that is like a treasure, man. That is.
It is, and I really do feel blessed, and it is like we're such good, like, close friends now. It's like,
yeah, you
know, I gone over for Christmas, you know, we go over for Thanksgiving, we go for holidays, you know, we're pretty much neighbors, you know. Yeah. And it's like we actually go on like family vacations together with it, like her parents, or, you know, me and my wife and her and stuff. It's nice, you know. A lot came from it, so I'm very happy, and just, you know, I'm just really happy that, you know, it is what it is with it.
Yeah, no, man, for sure. And I think, like, it comes out on camera. It's not like a business arrangement, a commercial arrangement or anything. When you guys make videos together, the chemistry, the natural just banter, and, you know, the back and forth, it's just all natural, and it's all there. And I think that's what really makes those episodes, you know, a hit, because people just love to see the interaction, and there's no holding back. You know, if you want to be absolutely angsty, or be yourself, or be up or be down, it doesn't matter, because you with your best friends you can be like that, isn't it? You can just be yourself. You don't have to you know, put on a front or anything like that. And even more kind of wholesome is the fact that it's being filmed as well, because some people kind of go into, you know, I'm on screen mode, this is how I'm going to talk, this is how I'm going to present myself, this is, you know, I do what I do. But it's just literally you guys just having fun, and that's the main kind of real wholesome.
I think that's why, like, people like watching your videos together, is because it's just messing around, you know.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever scripted. Nothing's ever done like that. It's just we turn on the camera and then we just say what's on our minds, and even if it's stupid, you know, we laugh about it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you know, people, and that's the beautiful thing of being like fans of you and kind of Sniper and that kind of realm of things. It doesn't matter whether they're laughing with you or laughing at you. They're all being entertained, right? And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. You put those videos on there. Actually, two-sided things. One is your digital asset library, your memories and all that kind of stuff, right? You can store it. But two, you're entertaining people. They are actively choosing to watch that thing. They might put it on and watch it as it is. They might put it on the side while they're working, but they're still watching that thing. It's bringing entertainment to them. So you're actually adding a lot of value to people's day and making them, you know, happy and laugh and joyful. And I think that's like a really rewarding job, isn't it? Like, some jobs, I don't want to cuss or put down anything. You know, you might be sitting in an office and doing your audit or your paperwork or anything, but the fact that I relate this kind of hairdressing as well. One-to-one, you're doing someone's style, you're actually making a huge impact in their life, you know, making them feel good, making them stylish, making them fresh. It's similar to YouTube. I really enjoy people enjoying the content. Is that what you get out of it as well?
As long as I make you laugh, I'm happy. Like, you know, I love I make stupid, corny jokes, dad jokes or whatever. I'm laughing at my own jokes and make fun of myself. As long as I make you happy, that's all that matters, you know? Yeah. It's rewarding. I love making people, I've always loved making people laugh.
Yeah. And that's how, like, you can kind of be true to yourself, really, isn't it? Because I was watching Jordan Peterson, who does a lot of the motivational stuff. He does a lot of those kind of seminars and lectures and whatever. It's about being fulfilled, right? If you do something that has a positive impact, whether in yourself or someone else's life, that is how you live a fulfilling life, doing things that actually have a bit of meaning rather than just lazing around or just, you know, doing nothing of interest. You got to do things that kind of make you happy or you're motivated to do. And this is one of the questions I had as well. How do you balance between, let's say there's an idea that you know is going to be really, really successful, it's going to be a viral hit on YouTube, but you're not super interested in it, against something that you are really, really interested in, but you're not 100% sure of the success, you're not 100% sure of the uptake, or, you know, the wider appeal of it?
You know, it's hard. It's like, you know, I started doing these Darman videos and stuff, and people really like that. You know, people love the Darman stuff, and I love my anime figures. I want to, like, it's nice being on here to be able to talk to you, because, like, I like, besides the people like the anime figure people I met on TikTok, I don't really have anyone else to talk to about anime figures, you know?
Sure.
So it's it sucks a little, like when you post, like you do a Dark Man video and like my normal stuff, and then when I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this passion project of my anime figures, and it doesn't do so hot. Yeah. So you're kind of like, oh, you know, kind of bums you out. But I mean, that's why, thankfully, I do the TikTok stuff, because it goes on there and people love it on there, and I can talk to other people and stuff. And
you can go wild, you can network, you can start to build out those relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's nice. I would love if I would love to have a more anime oriented audience. Yeah. I know some of my audiences. I know like I have a VTuber. I have a VTuber, and it is like the first one is like a bunny girl, obviously. And you know, I just do it for fun. You know, just like sometimes whenever I streamed and stuff, but like people are like, they're like, I don't understand your anime character. They're like, why you look anime? I'm like, they're like, I don't know why you look anime, but play Fortnite. I'm like, Fortnite got anime characters in it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know, it's the kind of crossover. Some people are like really into it, and you can actually get some people interested in anime just from the fact that, you know, you are so like highly established in the kind of gaming scene and in the YouTube scene, and some of them naturally will gravitate into, if you like it, you know, if DigitalNex likes it, it must be pretty good, let's check it out. But at the same time, I guess they're kind of expecting the core delivery and the kind of niche.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, like a good chunk of my audience does like anime, and they have asked me to do like a whole figure room tour. Yeah. And for some, I am so like nervous. I don't know how to film it. I don't know. And you know what? A lot of the reason I got into filming my stuff on TikTok is because I love watching Ken. I love watching it. Like I told you, I went to school for filming.
Yes. And
the way he does the cinematography on his figures is amazing. You know, I was like, I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to have like, I want to show off a figure that nice. Yeah. And I think his the one that got me into it was his he did Crystal Dress Red.
That's the one that got him really, really into it, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. And after that, I was like, oh my god, I want to be able to make a video like this. Yeah. You know? It's amazing. So I think I do love my subscribers and my audience, you know. I guess if I tried hard and long enough, I could probably get like a good chunk of them into like my hobbies and anime and stuff. It's just, I got to get over that, you know, be nervous of filming the video, or any, it still happens, you know. I think it doesn't not happen no matter what size you are on YouTube. I think you're still nervous, and it's like you're worried that it's not going to do too hot with you.
Yeah, it's your genuine feeling, isn't it? You're always going to have that, but at the same time, you know, at least you kind of more game about it, you're more knowledgeable about it, you kind of know, expect what kind of the results are just based on YouTube's natural impressions, the niche, the keywords, you know, the kind of audience, existing tastes. Some people might buy into it, some not. But at the same time, I think you've hit on the right kind of formula here. Like TikTok focusing on the kind of anime figure, the passion project, those kind of quick, snappy, fun, and then see the organic feedback from people who love anime and figures and all that kind of stuff. And then your core audience are still enjoying, you know, the quality stuff on there, and you know, every single week, every single release, they know what kind of thing is coming out. Because I honestly believe that obviously you're well established, you're at the point in time where a lot of people are now what I would say fans of you as opposed to fans of your content. So they probably know you like anime, and they know your TikTok is all about anime figures, and it's likely, I would say, that the fan base who watch your existing stuff but who also, you know, don't mind anime or into anime, they probably, you know, would port over into your TikTok side of things and enjoy that content too, because they are just fans of you. So anything you make, it could be even wild. You could go on a fishing tour or something. You know, half the guys just probably still watch that and go, oh, what's happening? Yeah, I wonder what exciting or meme or jokey thing's going to pop out.
Right. And no, that's important too. And I'm starting to like work more on that myself, is that I think, yeah, I'm in my videos, but what I've come to realize is I haven't gone like too personal with like my YouTube channel. I haven't delved too much into my personal life, and I think that's what helps your audience feel a connection with you. Is that kind of like you share your experiences, your personal life with them, and I think that helps not only build your audience, but you know, like I said, build that connection. And that's good. So I think, you know, showing my hobbies and what I'm into, and just showing more of like my life is going to be interesting for my audience.
Of course. And I think, like as you mentioned, you've still got one wall with potential shelf space. That side of things will grow for sure. Oh, yeah. And I have a feeling there's going to be some resin statues and other stuff that's going to start popping up every now and again. I saw 1 or 2 Marin and and other things in the display piece.
Yeah, I definitely. I have a Makima resin and some other ones. So I'm getting into the resins a little bit. I wasn't at first, but I'm slowly getting into them. I know you had her on here, Nadia. She has all the resins and stuff.
She loves her resins. Yeah.
So yeah. I talk to her when I need resin advice, because she's a smart one on it.
She's well game into resins. Yeah. So I've been given the whole inside guided tour on resins, because that company that have partnered with me slightly, Bucket and Shovel. So they have a procurement line of resins. So they are also a reseller of resins. But actually, I know the guy who does the procurement for the company. So even stuff that they don't get in hand, they can still reach out and get some of the exclusive resins that are probably no longer available. So I'm learning all about the resin market at the moment, and the kind of driving factors behind it, and you know all the stuff above board and slightly under board. But it's a very
that's a whole different game. I'm like that. I got to learn up on.
That's right. And the one thing that I think is like holding back the resin market is the unknown shipping fee, because a lot of these distributors don't know the price of the shipping until they see the package from the production studio themselves, and that way they can't determine what the total price of the figure, the statue and the shipping cost will be, and that really prevents first-time buyers, I think, from entering that market. I
think it scares a lot of people.
Yeah, because they're big and they're heavy.
Yeah, because you need to already know what you're spending. People want to be sure on what they're going to be spending, how much they're going to be spending.
That's right. And there are some horror stories as well. I don't know if you've seen this particular one. You know Zack Fair from Final Fantasy VII?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's this beautiful looking Zack in an action pose. He's looking really badass like Cloud, right? And then when the people got the figures, the actual statues, why does it have joints? And why is he so scrawny? And then it's almost like a giant Figma, but you roll up these silicone sleeves to cover the joints. And I was like, oh no, that's not a resin statue, surely. But it actually matches what the photo showed. It's just, it had joints, and you roll up these silicone sleeves to cover the joints. I was like, that's terrible.
That's a little weird. I know. I think that's another reason why I haven't really touched resins. It's sometimes they're hit or miss, and it's like you don't know until you have it, and it's like kind of taking a gamble, and then you got to learn which studios are good and which studios to avoid. It's like,
I guess the flip side is they obviously, for whatever reason, have unlimited freedom of creativity. So you're going to get these huge dioramas and epic kind of fight scenes that it'll probably take another 10-20 years for the official lines to really make something.
Right. I think that's what makes them worth it, is that they're just so dynamic and so amazing to look at.
Yeah, it's true. And I guess in that regard then, so on the kind of TikTok side of things and the YouTube being the two separate projects, are they going to be for the foreseeable future the two big kind of growth areas that you focus on? Or have you got any kind of exciting third project avenue?
I think those are going to be my two main ones. I mean, we'll see how this TikTok ban for the United States is going, but those are my two main ones. Those were just the two. I don't know if I'll ever make a second channel.
Sure.
I'm just so I'm so concentrating on my first one.
Yes.
And I think my TikTok would be my second channel, but it's I think those are just my ones.
Yeah, sweet. And what are the differentials? Because I haven't really explored TikTok so much, because obviously with the YouTube side of things, right, you get the viewers, the ad revenue, sponsorships, that kind of line thing. I guess Patreon, some people have a Patreon backbone behind it as well. But on the TikTok side of things, how does the kind of revenue model there differ than the YouTube side of things?
I don't, honestly, I can't tell you about the revenue thing. I have not applied for any revenue on TikTok at all.
Oh.
It is just a straight up hobby thing for me.
Passion project.
Yeah, I mean, I get views and stuff on there, but I haven't applied for making any money on there. I just haven't really cared to. It's just, this is straight up, I just use this for showing off my figures and nothing more, nothing less, you know?
Having fun with it, yeah.
Yeah, and like, and if I ask, you know, I recently started, I for the longest time hated going up to a brand and being like, oh, this is my channel and I have this many subscribers. I hated doing that. I felt like it was
liking yourself. Yeah.
I was like, I feel like such a jerk or like such a pompous douche doing this. But I recently did that with a brand and they wanted to work with me and they sent me 2 resins and resins were absolutely amazing. And I was like, all right, I showed them off on my TikTok. I showed off on my Instagram. I was just happy that they wanted to work with me, you know?
Sure.
It was just, I think it was nice showing that off and like getting anime figures on my TikTok. So I think my TikTok
kind of
was
recognition
like,
for your...
Yeah, TikTok is mainly my thing where I like work on like kind of how I'm going to film something and like show it off and just show what I'm passionate about.
Makes sense to me, and you need that. It is kind of like, you know, everyone needs a release from the kind of pressure cooker and a day in day out, the bread and butter kind of thing. And the fact that you're already well versed in kind of content creation and you know the kind of community, it's a passion of yours as well. It just seems like a really nice kind of fit because you can leverage what you're already good at, what you've got experience in, what you've got a fan following in already, social media and, you know, the kind of internet domain space. And you get the actual feedback, recognition for your content and good work. That's so fun as a job, isn't it? The comments, the kind of feedback.
It is fun talking to them and like seeing their ideas or just chatting with them and stuff.
That's exactly. And I did chat to you the other day around some of my personal passions, time permitting, when I get a chance to run it. Is I love food. I'm such a foodie.
I remember you saying you're a foodie.
I eat 4 or 5 meals a day and I've lost like 2 stone in the last year, literally because Japan food is like so less greasy compared to the UK. So I'm just stuffing my face and still keeping fairly trendy. So I'm like, I've got to record this. I've got to record my kind of food tours. So making a Miyazaki Man Eats, just literally feasting on anything I can find. So when you next come to Japan, man, we got to try everything. We've got to eat everything we can.
Definitely. I am down for that.
That'll be so fun, so fun. And I said as well, right, when your missus comes as well, my can show her all the shopping hotspots and what the good cosmetics and skincare stuff is. She's all into skincare and all those kind of products. I have no idea what it is. I thought it was like water. I was like, this is itchy, right? What can I use to put it on? She's like, that's the best stuff. I put some on. I said, how much does it cost? She said like $250. I was like, what? For water?
You know, where are we to judge when we spend, you know, 500 plus on our beautiful waifus?
That's true. That's
I can't say anything. You know, my wife wants to buy something. I can't say anything.
Of course. That's the kind of thing. If I knew how much it cost, I would have just went to the local pharmacy or whatnot, bought like a $5 moisturizing pack and like, you keep your beauty stuff. I would just.
I think this is how we are. I think that's just like we don't care. You know, if it works, it works. I don't care. You know what the brand is. Just...
The beauty is all within the oh man, absolutely. And I think like when you get to the kind of point where you can really spend the time to enjoy the kind of things that you really want to do, I think that's when you feel like you really made it in life. Because money is good, but money is a facilitator, right? It gives you the options to do stuff. And if you're lucky, it even gives you the time. It can buy you back some time to really do your passionate projects. And for me at the moment, I've got 2 young kids. One's 9 months, one's 3 years old, just starting school. So YouTube for me has just been as similar with you as TikTok, a little passion project of showing life in Japan, anime figure collecting hobbies. But when he does start school in April, kindergarten full time, then I have a little bit more time to really start to build out my you know, the kind of digital footprint, or actually give it a proper go, because it takes time, isn't it? You know what it's like.
It does take time, and I think it's good that, you know, it's starting off as a passion project now, but you'll make it work. I think it's just one of those things where you just start getting into the groove of it. It'll start taking off. Like when you might post something out of nowhere, it'll just blow up. You know? Just blow up, go viral out of nowhere. The one thing that you just were least expecting.
Exactly.
It's very weird how the algorithm works.
But that's the moment that everyone's waiting for, right? When you hit that one viral video, and every single 60 minutes, every single day, where are these watches, these views coming from? And it's just, boom. Yeah, I guess something that we very close to my heart, very close to your heart, is the thank you for coming on and spending the time. So let's go through some of these little collectible pieces here. Some of my personal treasures. I'm very happy to share the love, especially with someone. It is literally like looking in a mirror. You like everything that I like, so I'm sure. Okay, what have we got here? Okay, we're starting off with a bang, and I know you like the series, so okay, we have our Kill la Kill little.
Oh, that one's good.
Very, very.
That's a good one.
It's just
kiss on
enough
that
coverage. Do I need to censor this? Do you think for the YouTube viewers, or did this pass through?
I think it's no,
50-50 and
I would have put it on my channel. Sure, it should be fine.
Indeed. Yeah, it doesn't matter. These videos don't make any money as of yet, but they'll eventually do. Oh, okay. So I am actually really into Kill la Kill. I do like my Kill la Kill.
Oh, okay.
This is a very, very stylish one. I think.
Is that signed by both voice actresses?
Looks like
I'm
it.
assuming that's what they...
Very, very nice design there. So if they are, they're good at art as well.
Yeah. No, that's good.
That's a beautiful one. So that's number 2. Okay, we're getting into the saucy territory here. Now, I a little bit regret not buying this actual one on pre-order, because I had a feeling it might show up later for cheaper, just because it was on pre-order for quite a while. Right. But there's something about this particular pose that's quite striking for me. For this,
I have her pre-ordered.
You do have her pre-ordered.
I do have her pre-ordered because she looks amazing, and it was really nice.
It's that hair though, that white hair. Ooh.
It is. I told you it's the white hair. It's the white hair that gets me every time.
Man, I'm envious. I I need to relook at all my priorities. I should have pre-ordered her. Saying that though, this is don't tell my wife. She probably doesn't watch this far anyway. So Mai Shiranui from King of Fighters. You know her, yeah?
I have to see what she looks like. I'm so bad with names. I have to see what she looks like.
The King of Fighters. She's holding a fan. She's got the red kind of long dress. She's a fighting game character.
Okay, yeah, okay. I think I know who you're talking about now. She brunette.
Yeah. Okay. There is a resin statue that was one of my holy grails, and it would have cost the best.
Oh, is that the one you sent me?
Did I send you?
I think you sent me a picture of that one.
I might have done actually. Let me have a quick scroll up.
Yeah, where she has.
I did send you that.
Yeah. Okay.
Already, I told you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I jumped on it. I jumped on it when I saw it available again. This thing, you know what it's like. These things when they show up, right? 3 years ago, it sold out. When it shows up, you got to do it. You got to do it. And it just coincided with a referral bonus I got to work, because every time I refer someone to my existing company, you get $2,000 in referral fee.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
Okay.
And then, yeah,
right.
Far away, you know.
Well, it's a bonus. It's on top of what you normally get. And I figured also, should I keep this in? I might keep this in. We'll think about it. I figured that's the quickest way to get if you work hard on trying to get people in the company, that's the quickest buck you'll ever make. You get 10 people in, that's 20k. So, yeah, so last year I got 4 people in, so it's not bad.
Very nice.
So yeah, we're sticking on a Kill la Kill. I just
okay, original. Okay, I like that.
Treasure box. Yeah, the little Ryuko and Satsuki eyeing each other up. The sisters.
That's
there.
Her. I like that. That's her like a. Kind of like that iconic look for her, where she's like where Senketsu's kind of like floating, like dissolving away.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. It's iconic. I like her more than her. I do like her, but she's like.
Oh yeah, I know you like Satsuki. Is it the eyebrows for you? What is it about this? Is it her demeanor?
She's just strong. Maybe I like a strong woman, the dominant one.
Just like strong woman, that's okay.
Yeah, strong and cute and oh, I got so flamed for this, by the way. You've seen all of Kill la Kill, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. So you know her mum is like totally abusive and going way overboard and
yeah,
abusing. But I was like, thanks to her though, we saw some beautiful scenes of Satsuki in the series. I mean, like,
no, true. It's no, I get it.
Without her presence, yeah, we wouldn't have got those iconic moments. This is another. Have you got any reverse bunnies?
I have the one, I can't remember her name. It's she's in the black. She's kind of like holding her cheeks up.
Kasumi.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the one that's coming out very, very soon. I might have to censor this as well.
Okay. I don't know if I have her pre-ordered. If not, I'm gonna have to buy her afterward.
Yeah, this is a very, very cute one. I have two of her.
Cute. I like that.
I have two of her coming. So if you want her, I'll send one your way.
All right, I'll let you know. I honestly sometimes I forget I have.
What you got your list?
Yeah, I just see it, I pre-order, and then I forget about it until I have to pay for it.
Yeah. And what's the last one? I did have. Do you know that really beautiful Asuna picture where she's in the water and she's got this big pink float?
I don't know which. I've seen a couple where she's in the water, but I don't know about the pink float one.
I will have to dig it out because I'm not sure that I've got it here. It might be in the other. That is a Asuna one, is it? That's one Asuna one. That is, what is that?
Truly are the wall scroll master.
I am the wall scroll master because literally I think this is Sword Art Online here.
You know, you have such a cool title. I was given such a bad title on TikTok for the longest time.
Oh yeah, what was it?
It's a Naruto reference, but I never showed anything Naruto. I was called the Down Bad Kage. The Down Bad Kage. I was like, you know what? I'll take it. It's whatever. I don't care.
I'm assuming they're affectionately calling you that. Let's see.
I was like, you know, it's pretty. I loved it. It was so clever.
I know. The creativity of some people is astounding. They just need to be given a platform. This isn't the one I'm talking about, but this is quite nice as anyway.
Oh, okay, that's her beach wedding one. Yeah.
Kadakawa, I think. Kadakawa did that.
Yeah, I have that one. That's a good one.
This, I think it's brand new. This is a different Asuna in her. Can you?
Oh, is it in her goddess Stacia?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's the one. And then, where is the one that I'm thinking of? What is that? Sword. So I had to, because I can't read completely good Japanese. I had to make little notes of what each of the war scrolls are. To kind of remember what what I'm doing. What's this one? Oh, that's kind of cute. She's in her.
Oh yeah, that is cute. I like that. Okay.
Pretty one. By the way, I'm completely buffering you up here. I'm just literally going through all of my war scrolls.
No, you're good. I'm enjoying seeing them.
Yeah. I will have to find the one I'm thinking of. Maybe could it be this one? Oh no, this is on the beach.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's kind of based off their novel look, I think, right?
Yeah, I think this is the novel version. Yeah.
Yeah.
This looks fairly substantial. I wonder what this one is. Oh, wrong way. They're running a marathon.
Okay.
That's gigantic.
That is. Okay.
Yeah. So alongside the official figure reviews, I don't think anyone has done a real reviewing of War Scrolls. So I've got to start to work through some of these bad boys.
Yeah, you're ahead of the game on that one.
Yeah, give my rating on that kind of side of things, and yeah, I will find that Asuna one I'm talking about because I'm fairly sure you will like that one as well. Actually, I've got some really nice ones of Marin as well for my dress up darling.
Oh, okay.
So I need to get my dress up darling collection, and you tell me which ones you like, and yeah, I'll have to box them up for you.
Oh, for sure, hell yeah.
Yeah. So there is like 1,010,000 things that we need to talk about. So we definitely need to do a follow-up episode for sure.
For sure, I am always down.
We've gone 2 hours. My goodness.
Doesn't even seem like 2 hours, honestly.
I just love talking about figurines and weave goods, and you know, literally because of your love of bunnies, I feel as though Aren't you like me on the other side of the world? Why are you not meant to be right here next to me?
Oh man, those bunnies got a grip on my heart.
I know, and it's a strong grip as well. But man, they are affectionate, they are adorable, and they are worth every penny.
Oh, very much. I wouldn't trade them for the world.
Exactly. No, thank you so much for coming on the show. I hope you enjoyed your time.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, it's been like, oh my god, trip down memory lane and getting all those feels back from when you first started the bunny farm and the collection hobby, and just to match up. I can't believe none of our 5 crossed over. That is pretty good though, you know. Yeah, that shows the kind of.
It was nice to talk to someone about like all the anime stuff.
Yeah, nah, man, I could do this regularly. I mean, on camera, off camera, doesn't matter. I just love talking about anime, because how often do you find someone that you can really just say everything you want to say and they know what you mean?
Oh no, that's no, I get that.
Indeed. And do you have like plans ever to kind of make the kind of series that you are interested in? Like, did you have any original kind of works or novels or ideas of characters and series, OCs of your own, that you would ever want to do in a kind of media format way? Did you have any kind of plans in that regard?
As far as like, I mean,
your own anime, your own kind of series, your own kind of characters.
Anime. You know, it's like always one of those things where it's like you listen to music and you think about it and stuff, and you know, like sometimes you hear the right track and you get that idea. I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, that's a good one. I'd have to think about it a lot more.
Because what kind of spurred that question? What kind of spurred that question was like, when you watch anime and when you play series and there's like the build up and the big payoff and those big shocking moments and those big reveals, right? You're like, I've got a really good idea of how I could really do those kind of things. And you have those moments in time, and like, if I formulate that in a kind of story or kind of game or anime, that would be so badass. So this character would, if I could bring this character to life, that'd be so cool. But then it's the bits in and around that. You really have to like build the world and build the setting and build the whole,
lot of character building,
isn't it?
Yeah. It'd probably have to be something with my VTuber character. I think she's my first real character that I kind of picked bits and pieces of and stuff, and put her together and had someone draw her, and like it was a whole thing that like I was really passionate about working on. So I probably have something to do with her.
That makes complete sense to me. And also, I completely forgot, I need to find the Inuyasha music box next time as well, because your missus would absolutely love that tune, man. It's pulls on the heartstrings as well. Which are your favorite music tracks? Because I might have a music box of them that I can.
Anything SEO, ReZero.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I know Nier has some pretty good ones.
Yeah. Oh, Nier Automata.
Yeah.
Oh,
God, I wish Tubi had a bunny. There you go. I was thinking about it.
Wow. Yeah. A2.
Maybe. I mean, she just got her anime.
It's true. It's very true. It's being thrown into the limelight, and there is a A2B2 resin that I'm really interested in, because they capture the kind of dirty, mucky environment in the leather, but at the same time, those hips that don't quit. It's just like. Yeah. Listen, man, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. We're going to do part 2 for sure. And any last words to anyone watching?
No, thank you for having me. I'm glad I was able to talk about my love of bunny girls and all things anime. Absolutely. Me too, man. Me too. Everyone, like and subscribe if you haven't already. What am I talking about? You're already subscribing. Just watch his latest videos. Good stuff. Cool. I'm going to turn off the recording now. We can chat offline. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Wow, this episode with DigitalNex, this podcast had absolutely everything. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As you can see, I'm going through my Tokyo Ghoul Ken Kaneki phase. I'm a bit of a Miyazaki Man ghoul. Oh, the cringe. Anyway, the fun never stops. Me and DigitalNex actually recorded our bunny battle. We have put together a list of every single freeing bunny that we own, gone head to head, and there wasn't much in it. My goodness, the battle was close. Stay tuned, that video is coming out very soon. makeups and her hair and other stuff. So I picked her up for like 21k, and this is a little bit unusual for me because I like the more, a little bit more mature, and but she has a nice ass, and I've made an exception. Want to give a special shout out to DigitalNex. My goodness, what a man, what a legend. You know him, you love him, I love him too. My man, choose any gift you want. It's all coming your way. So thank you for doing this podcast. And a special thanks to all the patrons as well. I wouldn't be doing this without all of the loyal support from all of my lovely patrons: Ultimate Sakura, The Game Michelle, Captain Haz, David, Vince, Chino, Penguina, Master Killura, Rondi, Tendai, Zygor Gaming, Sophia P, Insufficient Yoga, Master Yao, James Y, Cobin, Trey, Mark, CT, Don P, Alex M, Ash W, Sometimes Superman, and the next could be you. Every single patron, I'll get through the list eventually, will receive a free goodie from the Miyazaki Man, direct from Japan. I'm working on it on my website as well. You can keep track from the free goodies section. What else do I want to say? I've got a new channel, Suikoden 6, celebrating the re-release of Genzo Suikoden in HD on the Switch. Suikoden 1, Suikoden 2, can't wait. Miyazaki Man Eats, another channel dedicated to food and munching and devouring my body weight full of food, all good. I'm actually going to have a Miyazaki Man podcast highlights channel as well, just to kind of capture the main points. But apart from that, thank you for your support as always. Keep watching, like, subscribe, enjoy. Peace. Miyazaki Man Ichiban.